Hello everyone, I'm just about ready to get started. So let's talk about our plans for the day. As the dramatic music kicks in from East. So the goal is to hopefully finish Chapter 4. We're going to be playing predominantly with Doll. I want to get her skills up. And hopefully with the skill level ups, her damage will kind of go up to where I think it should be. I think the other characters are mostly complete. Honestly, I've maxed at least 7 to 8 of their skills. I have a feeling some of them are either a combination of needing more grimoires or really high levels. So, not too worried about the warrior seal on those characters. Welcome Chaosvania, welcome Chris. So we'll be starting up the game in just a moment. So sorry, ruin of the dry moat. We're gonna have to pause you as the game boots up. So let's play as Doll this time, and as I said before, hopefully with some levels, she's gonna be more preferable to play. And again, we haven't seen her with an ultimate skill, which I think will really decide whether or not I like the character by the end. Oh, I love these save files are so broken. Just every time I look at them, chat, it starts me with a smile. We'll leave that as an end of playthrough surprise. I'm just verifying. Everything he has is maxed. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skills. So that's kind of low. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have less than I thought. Well, in either case, there's not really anything I can level other than with Adel. I guess if I technically want more skill usage, I should put Adel in, but it's fine. I think we'll leave everything as is. Just want to check one more thing. I get 5% evade. Interesting.
Here I go. Taking point.
So I'm not sure where some of the treasure chests are. It could be they're closer to the plot. Let's actually teleport to the plot. I don't know if this vision does anything special other than showing me the plot elements of detective work.
Yeah.
Like if it'll actually reveal like hidden walls or something later.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about using it in the air. Oh, that's pretty silly in the air, I will state. So we got the cost reduced by I think 3 or 4. I forgot if it was at 21 or 22 just then. Welcome to the deserted village. Here we are. Welcome. Well, I said that in general for the chat. I didn't even read that line. Here we are. Welcome to the deserted village. I kind of expected it to feel more lonely, being deserted and all, but it feels familiar somehow. Almost nostalgic even. Uh-oh. The angle of them being war orphans, chat. It's going up by the second. Me and Credo are in sync. Just as long as I don't talk about fighting things over and over. What is that structure over there? I wonder what it's for. It's something, all right. I actually don't remember what this is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Was this from is this like where the mask was in the previous East games, like that kind of pedestal? I actually really don't remember. I'll say this response to see what kind of response we get in return. What? You've never seen an altar before? Before the Hieroglyph Church took over, most Gleans worshipped the indigenous gods. They called it the Norse faith or something. This thing's a leftover from way back when. I was gonna say it looked like a Nordic knot. Maybe that is actually on purpose. It's supposed to actually be the Norse gods. Carla told me about that once. They considered the human spirit immortal. Whenever a person died, their soul would reincarnate into another person or animal. Well, chat, I think we have confirmation. We were just talking about this in the previous session. So, I was trying to figure out if they were hundreds of years old or if they were reincarnations, right? Because I said, like, it's probable that one or more of these characters existed from the 100 Years' War, and now we have the proof that these characters are definitely reincarnations of the other person's comrades. So, okay, just check that on the box, chat. I think so far I'm on the right track with getting where the plot is going. I don't think I'm guessing it correctly so far. Really gives this place a big mystical feel when you think of it that way. In other words, this site of tranquility has been hijacked as a base of thievery. Just another one of their many crimes to answer for. I spotted some animal trails that got trampled over near the entrance. No way any halfway competent hunter would make a blunder like that. And it must have been the culprits. Bingo. The hunt is on. Let's hurry and track them down. I want to get enough time to play with my prey. Krino, no one likes you. Just... Oh, hey, there were treasure chests here. It just didn't pop up right away.
A treasure chest.
Red meat acquired, chat. I mean, that's a pretty big AoE. I just wish it did damage. How many chests do we have? We need 3 more.
What a dump.
Doesn't it strike you as a bit odd? The door looks new. Treasure chest located.
So 2 more chests somewhere. We might have to explore a bit further to find them. For now, I'll advance the plot. It said something about the Woodlands of Woe. So unfortunately, I think that was supposed to give me little lore snippets, but due to it being the Steam version, it just loads way too fast to realistically read. Oh wait, can I do the thing like in, I can't do the thing like in Donna where I hurt myself tumbling down the stairs. That's a shame. So this is going full-fledged dungeon. These underground passages must be ancient. They seem to predate even the ruins outside. They're kind of like the tunnels leading from the chapter house. Maybe these passageways are also connected to the prison. That's possible. Let's just keep moving forward. We'll say that's possible. You think? Wonder what else we'll find here. You two seem awfully enthusiastic about this. I think I actually know where this connects due to clipping out of bounds between streams. So I'm gonna ignore that. I remember there was one exit from the prison where I couldn't get past it because there is a small wall that required double jump, which I'm sure was there on purpose to stop you from getting out of bounds with the wrong addle, in case you were to somehow get there. I mean, now that the skill's a little cheaper, it's not too bad. So I'm mostly just looking for the treasure chest before we continue. Oh, I went to parry, but it missed. You can't blame me on that one, chat. Is it not gonna attack? Oh, it just missed me again. God, I can't parry if it doesn't reach me. Oh well, I tried. So, I'm still not seeing where this other treasure chest is. But I'm slowly being poisoned, which is kind of annoying.
Spin, spin!
Spin, spin indeed, chat. I mean, ideally, while I'm running around at a high speed, I'm gonna fill up that meter and then just do this. Oh yeah, that's what the attack is. Oh, that hits a lot, actually. Okay, I kind of like her extra skill then. Oh, that was weird. Maybe the hitbox is not constant. I was definitely parrying when it hit me. But maybe the hitbox wasn't there, which is kind of annoying. We'll swap out of her briefly.
There's something here. Here I go. Down here.
Oh, is she not recovering health even though I put her in defense? Hold on a second, chat. That's annoying.
Allow me.
So again, like, she has way less health than some of the other starting characters. I don't know if because she came at a low level. Like, I just feel very vulnerable with her, which is not a good feeling. I felt tankier without ult. Even though she came later. I'm mostly just looking to see if I could get a treasure chest icon to light up, but the only thing I can think of is I didn't really explore over here specifically. So it's possible there's a few up here. Alright. Okay, so there's at least one up here. That was a good call.
Treasure chest located.
Eagle feather acquired? I don't know what that is. Defense and evade rate? Whatever. Hello, Calvetian. We're doing well. We're just collecting the final treasure chest. Oh, there's actually a cave over here. Huh.
Treasure chest located.
Well, I found the other treasure chest, but what's this? Apprentice merchants. This is it, Chief. The Sacred Mountain. Excellent. If the rumors hold water, all we need to do is go... Should be right through here. Okay, what do they need from there? Won't be able to take the horses. I'm not so keen on hauling all the gear. Don't you think it's time we called it quits? Huh. Don't be ridiculous. We can't check it out now. Get those hiking feet warmed up. Today's the day we strike it rich. I guess I came across an optional event. I'm glad I explored a little further. That's the entrance to Mount Eldor, once a holy ground of the Norse faith. It has deep connection to the saint, but the trail up... I was thinking she was going to say the trail up ahead, but she just means the trail up the mountain. But the trail up is considerably steep. Wonder if those people will be okay. Puh. Let them go if they wanna. Say we forget we ever saw them. Got our own crap to take care of. Oh. Oh, can I not actually do anything? You don't have any business ahead. What, are you locking me out of like another chapter's dungeon? What's this? Hold on, chat. We're gonna take a very small detour here. It now has my curiosity. That looked really promising. I'm not gonna lie, I got all the way around. Like, that was actually ridiculous. I know. If only I could just walk up here. But she won't do it for some reason. Oh, we clipped through! Mash! Mash! Oh, how do I get back in bounds though? Oh, we went out of bounds in the main playthrough. Where's the floor? Oh no. I'm so sorry, game. What the indeed? Oh, I got through the floor. Oh, okay, so where is the... Okay. Hold on. It now has my attention. That way, no matter who I get, I should be able to get a horizontal moving skill. Ideally, if I get Hawks, Hawks moves really far forward without lowering you. I like how the AI is like really trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, I did it! Yes! Yes! Yes, I found my own skip. Get out of here, East. Don't you dare tell me they're waiting for it. Get out of here. My save point now. Done. I did it. Yes. Take that, game. Alright, so how tough are these enemies? Honestly, not that tough. You know what, chat? We're going forward. Hold on. Plot takes a back seat. Out of logic, sequence break. I'm so taking it. Although if I start getting a plot element, I will go back because I don't want to spoil the plot. But yes, I did it, chat. And now I could come here whenever I want. There's apparently 6 treasure here. Oh my gosh. What a payoff. Could not have asked for a better ending, chat. Oh my gosh. Nice try, Ys. Okay, I'm glad the main playthrough I clipped through at least one thing. That was my other goal. Like, yeah, it's nice to be able to, you know, get infinite flight or whatever. But unless you could do it to really abuse the game, are you truly living? I don't think so. Oh, that's big damage. Wow, that enemy is, like, unkillable. Hey, I learned a new skill, which may or may not be because I'm fighting things out of order. We'll take that. So what's Cerulean Burst, or whatever I just acquired? 68-1. Okay. Oh, why does she have a skill +1 on? Don't I have another skill +2? Do I not? Thought I did. Oh, there it is. I mean, I don't think she needs better skills, but whatever. Is that a cut flip? Let's do this one as rapid slide. There we go, chat. Oh my gosh. Just have faith you'll break the game. Where is Edgy Addo? Oh, he's in the reserve party, Calpisha. He got benched in his own game. I see the enemy near the plants, but... Oh, what the... there could be something down here. Man, the treasure sheets kind of suck. I don't feel very rewarded for the area so far. Now, if we get, like, a sacrament, you know, then it's worth it, for sure. Like, I don't care about asparagus.
I have detected something. I got this. I knew you could do it. Leave it to me.
Unfortunately, I do have to switch to things that they're weak to. Blinding Bangle? What does that do? Why did I not see it when I went through here? What? Am I going crazy? Why don't I see this? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's because I already have one. Sorry, I thought it was a new accessory.
I have detected something.
Oh, that's one we already have. I don't need flashcard 1.5. That's fine. I mean, I might as well pop these. I don't know if they're required for map exploration, but I might as well do it. And another treasure chest. See, I feel like I'm getting dangerously close to plot, but yet I can't stop, chat. I have to know. Oh my god, we're finding all of our own skips, chat. I'm listening to what is the equivalency of victory music at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, these treasure chests really suck.
There's something here.
Yeah, we gotta tumble a bit more. That is faster than
We've
running.
climbed to quite a high altitude.
That's fine. I don't consider that a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. If they start talking about plot, we go backwards immediately. I don't know what this will do to the game, but it's kind of fun. $1,200 gold, that's it?
Treasure chest located.
Man, rewards really suck in this game. Can we talk about that, chat? Like, that's not okay. Okay, if I start getting cutscened, I turn around. This just seems like an optional area to explore.
A treasure chest.
That's it? Oh, maybe there's more to the cave. I was gonna say. Well, fortunately, we've always had glide, so I don't technically need Hawk's ability at all. It's a very vertical-looking level, which is interesting. I will say, it's very different in terms of stage design compared to some of the other games. Now, the problem is I can't see where I'm supposed to be running to at the moment. They have detected something, though. I'm getting hit a lot because, as I said before, I can't see where it wants me to go, which is kind of annoying. Also, that's a lot of enemies.
I have detected something.
Like, I could see the upper platform, but how do I get there? Oh, there. Oh, well, yeah, thanks, game. Right, Chad? That's a thanks game moment. Alright, let's just deal with these.
Okay, understood.
So if I activate burst or whatever, I should get some healing. So I'm gonna do this for health regen. Not necessarily for damage. Oh, you can swap while in boost and it cancels the boost. Interesting. Huh. I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future. That's a mechanic I don't think we've talked about before. Also, those stairs are awkward. Just keep in mind, I could just teleport out of here at any point. Warden Belger, whatever. This is feeling very suspiciously plot breaking. Got one less treasure to find. I'm sure there's supposed to be an NPC to interact with, but they just haven't spawned.
See all of Balduke from here. There's something here.
There's something there. Dare I touch the plot circle? You know what, chat? We're here. I'm gonna touch the plot circle. What are you gonna do? Examine spot. Oh, it's a landmark. Never mind. That's not really a spoiler, I guess. Summon a Mount Eldor. I was thinking it was gonna be a warp area, because this feels very much like I'm gonna be warped here at some point. Just pretend we don't remember where this is. Well, like, oh, Mount Eldor, it's such a steep path to climb, right, guys? We wouldn't do that. I missed one treasure. Are you serious? Oh, there it is. Oh, here we go. Something plot breaking. What's in the red chest? I got something I'm not supposed to have. What is it? Sacramental slot +1? What a reward. That's a good reward. That is a great reward. Like, it doesn't do anything to outright break the game, but that's just a quality of life for me. I'll take that for sure. Did I miss anything? I got everything in the mountain, but what about the caves? I missed one treasure. Are you serious? Where was it? Well, now I'm using the hunter vision to try to find it. It could have been earlier, too. Huh, I don't see it in here. Just making sure it wasn't something like, oh, you didn't jump to the other wall or something, so you didn't see it. There's the other treasure chest, but we opened that already. I mean, there was one more cave, right? Because this counts as the mountain. That means I should just be able to shortcut down here. I feel like it was more likely I missed something in here than I did the other place.
There's something here.
She really wants us to know something is there. There's the chest. Oh, there is like a little path I missed. Okay. It's probably over here then. It was. Alright, so we're officially done with this area. I mean, oh no, we're not interested in this area. Clearly we have to wait for the merchants to move onwards. I'm assuming it's just gonna instantly teleport us. Yep. Chat, we don't have any business ahead. We should continue the investigation for now. Sure thing, East. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I have detected something.
We have detected something. Was it game breaking? I'm pretty sure it was game breaking.
There's something here.
Yeah, how dare the game tell me I'm not allowed to go somewhere? How dare they, chat? They don't have permission. I don't think if I want to go to any of the stores. I guess go to Le Pete since we haven't been there. Just to see if we get new dialogue. Oh, so Third Eye does help identify the Azure petals easier. That's something I was thinking about earlier.
Find everything you need here.
That makes sense. That's right, I figured I'd reach out to her after hearing how much she liked flowers. Her response couldn't have been happier. She told me she'd be thrilled to help. Well, no surprise there. You've always had a good eye for people, Miss Krisha. I imagine things will start livening up around here before long. Okay, so they have a comment whenever we get dolls. So I could just straight up buy flowers, but this is fine. Okay, so there was a little bit of dialogue for going back. Do I get anything for going to the Trading Bureau? Ritual Relic Decoy? What? What was that?
Hello.
Was that a spoiler? I don't know what that was talking about. Oh, the Victory Festival is gonna be here? Uh-oh. Celebration of 100 years, half a millennium ago. Uh-oh. I'm sure that'll be used for tragic backstory explaining. So that's fine. Do you have anything interesting? Oh, you have these. No, wait, we need more Mishies. And also Pickards. Never enough, chat.
Do watch where you're going.
Hello. Are you looking? Come again.
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm in the Trading Bureau. This is not the place I thought I was in. Whoops. I was thinking I was at, what's it called? Pendleton Company. I mean, I guess it's good for me to check those items, because I also didn't check to see if their store
Let me know
upgraded.
if I can help. Have a wonderful day.
I intend to invite the president of the company I met at the Roman branch. It seems he's interested in paying a large sum for a distribution network. I expect he'll ensure a healthy business relationship with them, sales manager. Yes, I understand. Looks like they're busy. Seem to be for now, we wouldn't want to disturb them. But who else are we gonna brag to that we went out of bounds? And we definitely got something out of order. Although, it wasn't truly anything broken. I feel like this game doesn't really drop weapons or armor or anything interesting, which is kind of to the detriment of the game, but also probably for the best, because it's very easy to break it. I mean, I don't blame him at this point.
I'm ready and raring to go.
Hey, look, Chad, I could upgrade the Gothic sword. I don't think I have anything else that they would be interested in.
Addle dear. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
I actually don't recall what meals I have created and given to the other place. Apparently don't have enough apples.
Go Get him out there, darling.
I need to really write down which ones I've actually given to the church.
You've been.
Alright, so I gave basically everything then. Because flaky baguette, baked potato, octopus. The only thing we didn't give was the bully base. Okay. Since I'm here, I might as well hand it over. I don't expect any item though. So I guess I could check to see if there's other food places out here. If they've updated their meals at all. I think it was trying to make Hawk more likable in that backstory. Like, that gave me time to read it, but that didn't mean I was gonna respect it, chat. There's a difference. I'm like, yeah, he hasn't attacked the tavern yet. Whatever, character growth, yada yada.
Please, take a looking for anything
Unlikable
specific.
character. I don't think we've gotten this one before.
I appreciate
But if there's nothing else, I can use that to remove ailments. Yeah, don't try to give me he's like the jerk with the heart of gold angle later or something weird. I don't want to give him that easy out, chat. Oh, I love how glitchy that was standing up there. So anyway, I think we're done with the town. I forgot to check one thing at the base, just to see if there's any other quests that opened up. But otherwise, I promise we will continue with the fun. But it was worth it, chat. So we're inventing new game breaks. We get to look at that well-conquered area. You know what? That explored 30% of the map. That actually should lead to an item. Right, if it's 10% per. Yeah, what item did I get early? Where's he at?
Hello there. Let's... I'd like...
Strength elixir? Joke's on him, I haven't been using those. Chat, unneeded. We'll continue onwards for now.
Taking point. You can't escape. You can't escape.
I love the random screaming and just the sound of items flying towards me. I tried running, but she wall ran up the door. Alright, so I have a feeling I know where this connects. That skill already got mastered. Does she have anything else? Oh, no, she doesn't.
Listen, everyone. There are voices coming from over there.
Ah, that sure hits the spot. You can say that again. I could get used to this.
They're coming from that room.
What are we waiting for? Let's bust that door down.
Hold on just a moment. Let's listen before we go in.
Hell yeah! We scored big time!
That is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Hulk question mark, doll question mark.
Oh, you really outdid yourself this time, you old sly dog Gordo, you.
Yeah, wasn't expecting it to go half as well as it did.
Pack, Toto, drinks are on me today. Then eat till those dresses don't fit no more.
Hello, Eldritch, hope you're doing well.
Whoa, you mean it, boss? Your purse strings must be loose today.
Can you believe I got this 20 gold cheese for only 15 at the night market? That's not all. I got this 30 gold smoked salmon for a whopping half off.
I'm doing fine, Eldritch. I feel pretty happy. You just missed me clipping out of balance and going to a place I wasn't meant to in the game.
Don't even get me started on the coupons you can find in the main square.
But currently we're back on the plot.
Yeah, it's great. Nobody cares about the coupons, boss. Everybody in town's gotta be blaming the monsters by now.
Dressing up as those freaks before stealing from the shops was a great idea. The garrison at Knights must be searching high and low for him right now.
You know, chat, they might be thieves taking our identity, but you have to admit, they could probably make a lot of money either costuming or acting as stylists, because that can't be easy. I think it would net them more than what they stole from the shops. I'm just saying. Like, this is very elaborate. I'm sure they could make more money that way.
And then, once we get dirty rich, we'll knock those stupid monstrums down a few pegs. If I'm not careful, I just might wake up one day as King of Balduke.
You sure are an evil genius, boss. We don't even mind that you're a huge cheapskate. By the way, when are we gonna sell that swanky saint statue we stole?
Oh, patience, Dodo. If we stroll on into Pendleton with a thing like that, we may as well turn ourselves in.
This Hawk is still likable, better guy than our Hawk. You know what? Sadly, you're not wrong. He actually cares about other people. I can't say that's true for Hawk so far.
We need a black market dealer who'd be interested, but not enough to ask questions.
Judging by their attire, it seems they were attempting to impersonate us.
I smell blood in the water, and I'm starving.
No one asked you, Credo.
Or we could calm down and think about this. I wonder if the people in town really thought it was us just from those outfits.
I'm telling you, they could be like making in like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gold with their ridiculous costumes.
That would be quite a pity if they did.
So you can feel things like pity.
They seem to still have the statue they stole from the Rhindals in their possession. What should we do, Adol?
Let's take a look around more. Let's go in now. Let's take a look around a little more.
What? Why do we have to do that?
It is possible they command a tactical advantage, so it is a wise decision.
A tactical advantage? Listen, we're basically walking gods. Like, what could they even do to this party?
Fine, whatever.
Off we go. Off we go. Yeah.
Could you imagine, chat? Could you imagine if I clipped out of bounds right here?
Leave it to me.
Chad would lose it. Why can't I double jump in here? I can glide, but I can't double jump? Why? I'm sorry, wait, what is that? Wait, hold on, are we discovering new tech? Hello, Kirk, what the heck is this? What is that? Is that better than just normal gliding? Huh, it does lower you slightly. But it's very goofy. Sure, we'll enter the Thieves' Hideout. Yeah, we'll according to her. Hope you're doing well, Kirk.
Boys, party's over.
What? Who's there? It's you people!
It's time to pay the piper. These three look familiar. Say these three look familiar.
Yeah, it's like they're our imposters.
In your dreams.
And you're the Crimson King. Wait, you mean to tell me that you're the real monstrums?
I like that suspicious lever behind him.
Boss! We've been made again!
No! I thought the real ones couldn't leave the city.
Unfortunately for you, we're allowed to go on business trips now. You stole from the Rhindal shop, and then you painted us as criminals. For the crime of disrupting the order in my residence, I will see to it that you are punished.
The hell's the matter with you? Your brain cells abandoned ship after getting caught red-handed?
You stupid monstrums. Keep talking big while you still can.
Please tell me we're not gonna fall for the classic, like, trapdoor in the floor BS. Please tell me we're not that stupid, chat. We have so many characters with flight and wall run. Please tell me we're not gonna fall for the dumbest trick.
Huh? What are you on about?
I think Doll also spoiled her identity. They're very bad at keeping their identity secret.
I expected this to happen, so I set traps in this very room.
Whoa, good going, boss. You're even cooler than I thought. Is it some kind of secret weapon?
Be careful, everyone.
Take this!
Yoink.
Did he yoink? Oh, they hit it on themselves. Well, that's exceptionally dumb. I mean, I did call the trap floor, but that was pretty dumb even for them.
Are we in this hole?
You idiot! We only pretended to fall into this trap, so we could escape from them.
Genius, boss.
Genius, boss, chat.
Doesn't matter why we're in here. Let's just scram.
Damn, those morons got away.
You could chase them. What do you mean they got away? You're just standing there. Darn, they took like 20 steps and went down a hole. I guess you just can't find them, chat. They could be anywhere. They could even be in the hole. You're killing me, chat. You're killing me.
It appears we have been outwitted by their ingenious tactical maneuver.
No, you're just too stupid to chase them. What's wrong with you?
You don't really think they did that on purpose, do you?
Not a chance in hell. I know a look of despair when I see one.
Team Rocket's blasting off again, says Chaosmania. Not incorrect there. We're like fail-tagonists. We got no choice, let's go after them. Yeah, why don't we go with this option, stupid protagonist? Like, duh, we could scale walls, fly. We could see through walls with the third sight. Like, how would they ever escape us? Other than
Let
incompetence.
us follow them down.
Oh boy, big fail. Well, anyway, I guess now we're getting to the real dungeon. I just like the yacht yacht whoops, chat. Like, why did they do that? It's actually kind of hard to do. Is it like... Okay, I understand how to do that now. I can yeah whoop on demand, chat. Listen, it's very important for the rest of the playthrough. Apparently you could spam tumble. Okay, this is one of the places I did see before. Interesting. So I think learning where this exit is kind of important, because I think for speedrunning, I have to get, well, by speedrunning, I mean glitching through the game. If I want to glitch through the game in an earlier chapter, I have to see where this is in the castle. / prison. This is a lot more than I was expecting. Guess we might have some decent fun after all. This area appears to be rather antiquated. I expect my gift will come in good use here. See hidden objects while it's there, hidden switch, hidden room chest. Certain things cannot be used unless third eye is active. Okay. Yeah, whoop, chat. So there is stuff on the other side of the wall, which is interesting.
Taking point.
Already?
I do not believe that is the case. Use my gift to reveal clues.
Oh, I can't reach it. Oh, it just leaves the dungeon. I wasn't sure what that was. Also, do you see how I clipped through the wall to get to that? That was kind of funny. Okay, so... I'm not really seeing what to do so far. I see the hidden areas. I'm not seeing how to get to them. There's the switch I need to open this door. Oh, there's the switch over here. Got it. Oh, yeah, that made a little more sense to me. the song is nice. Sounds nice so far. Again, you'll see me spamming skills randomly. And for those not aware, I need to level up the skills by using them. As that makes them cheaper to use when I'm in an actual boss battle, and it slightly increases their damage.
I have detected something.
Nothing I could do so far. I see a green switch here, though. What does this do? Does it just open the next area? I guess it does. There's always something here, I know. They love spamming the dialogue. Okay. So I found a red chest. Red chests are always good. They're usually sacraments or something actually important. Well, that was just rude. I didn't have another jump there, chat, or else I just would have left. For some reason, it ate both jumps, which kind of sucked. Maybe because, like, my skill got used while I was in the air, it ate my jump or something. It was kind of annoying. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's a crumbling floor. Let me just jump. And no. You're wrecked, apparently. Okay, this skill is looking pretty strong now that it's leveled. Okay. I like this move that she uses, the 36. This is the first time I've been playing as her where she felt actually strong. Now that we leveled this up a bit more. Doesn't look like it opens from here. How annoying. Because I want one skill, one kill. Chat, listen. I don't want to spam like 5 of the same skill just to get a single kill. It feels bad. Okay, we almost have focus meter, which is good. Not what I meant to do. I found the thieves by accident. I'm gonna go back for that treasure though. Before we continue with the plot. Oh, there's a chest up there. Thank you, Third Eye. Can I even... I don't think there's a way I could jump into this area and get out of it, unfortunately. How annoying. As I said before, I think because I did this in the air, it ate one of my skills. Or if I did it on the ground, so it ate one of my jumps, is what I meant to say. So I just kind of fell instantly. Oh well. We'll have to go back for it, I guess. Or I could just teleport back to the beginning. Yeah, what stops me from doing this? I think the answer is nothing, chat. I think the game tried railroading me, but I'm like, wait a minute, I could just warp out. I mean, good try, I guess. I want that chest. So it's down to 36 in cost. That's actually not too bad. We gotta spam our 69 costing one, because that is just way too expensive. So we know there's an upper floor at some point we have to reach. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I needed to switch from the other side, so that's probably a shortcut to leave. So don't need to worry about that for now. What is it doing? Why is it missing everything I'm aiming at? Whatever. Do I have to like actually aim with it to make it work? Kind of, I guess. I mean, it's nice that she has like a kind of a sniper spell, I guess. There's a chest down there. I might as well get it.
Treasure chest located.
Oh, this was the other door. Oh, so if I had opened this, I could have gone back up. I see.
Treasure chest located.
Yeah, this time hopefully with less falling in. Vortex Grimoire. Could be useful. Teach a new skill to doll. Okay. Something epee. Box. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove Box Drop for now. What is this skill? Hunter Hardy Vortex Link kills all enemies before. Oh, so she's like the wind user character from Oath, right? Yeah, basically. Okay. I had a feeling they would they'll use her moveset again. I mean, it's been a while.
I will not permit it.
Yeah, this skill was very abusable in that game. It functions a little differently, but the concept is still the same. Yeah, now we're talking. This is the skill I've been looking for. Something that could just clear crowds with one button. That feels much better. I'm gonna be spamming this a lot, chat. Just spoilers.
I will not permit it.
She will not permit it, chat.
I got this.
I'm gonna conserve our boost meter by doing that. I'll trigger the plot.
It's a dead end, boss. What do we do?
My God.
Checkmate, losers. Any last words before you meet your maker?
We're dead. I want you guys to know that I love you.
We haven't given up yet.
Also, did his eyes change color?
And you may as well give up on all your
I
dreams.
thought they were yellow earlier in the other cutscene.
I'm confused. Who are the bad guys here again? What's the matter? Be silent. Something is coming. Monsters?
Look, guys. The heavens have answered our prayers. Let's get the hell out of here.
The slow run.
For being such a bad guy, boss, you've got pretty good luck.
Oh, they're already dead. I mean, I was definitely gonna nuke him there.
I wasn't expecting that.
God is on fake Credo's side. I'm not surprised. I mean, would you really be rooting for Credo?
Morons gave us this slip.
Perhaps if we resume our pursuit, there may be time yet to capture them.
Alright, so there are treasure chests, I had a feeling. At least it's kind of obvious if there's a hidden chest nearby, because they show up on the map, which definitely helps to know when you should be using the skill.
It's alright, I guess.
Yeah, so I think this landmark is probably used in the glitch speedruns, because now you have a way to get to the prison, because you would come in from the reverse entrance to get to this point. So you don't need any special skills to get to this point, I don't think, because you just fall from up there. Alright, it's starting to make sense to me, chat, what they do.
Treasure chest located.
Wait, where is the other treasure chest?
Yeah.
Maybe it's up here. There it is. Yeah, okay, so I like the tornado move. Even though it leaves you kind of stationary, it does kill a lot of things. I don't like this kick move, though, because it's very laggy and it puts me close to enemies. Whereas the other one, you know, it might be laggy, but I don't have to worry about it that much. So yeah, you could see if you were to come in from the prison, you could open this shortcut and you could go to that landmark. And there's a save point here, so you could easily get both of these from the wrong way. Also, there's 10 more treasure chests? Oh man.
It's all yours, Kratos.
How do I get up there? I didn't even see a way to go up. Unless that's supposed to be like a breakable floor or something. Yeah, I never really saw an opportunity to go up. Do you know what I mean, chat? So her 69-point skill, I mean, I guess it's like a ranged attack, and that's the trade-off. It's just not as impressive as the other skills. Which I guess is fair. I just rather have like a super high damaging move at that point. Huh. I don't know how to get to those other chests, unless there's more than one way to enter this area. Because, like, just looking around, I don't think I missed anything. I'm gonna go through the path one more time, just to verify, but... if there wasn't, like, a secret entrance up there, like, we got the chest that was there. Oh, maybe I'm... No, because this just leads back to the other room. What a curiosity, chat. Fortunately, this drains the meter pretty slowly, so at least I could leave it on most of the time.
I will not permit it. Crimson line.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to get any of those other chests. Oh, unless the story path, like, oh. Well, I guess it's boss time, chat. I love the music just instantly stops. So yeah, keep in mind if you were breaking the sequence of the game, this boss wouldn't be here, because this is a story boss. I'm guessing its weakness is the white cat.
That statue is moving by itself. I detected
Nope.
a force within it.
You mean that thing's alive?
That conjecture is inconclusive. Allow me.
Oh, its weakness is me to some extent? Interesting. It was so slow on the swing. I didn't know when to time it. Darn you, slow-moving attacker. You're my only weakness. Oh my, chat. Oh, what the? Whoa, that was actually an attack? I wasn't sure what it was doing.
I will not permit it. Oh my. I will not permit it.
I didn't mean to activate that there, but that's fine, I guess. Oh, that does a lot of stun. Interesting. Oh wow, we destroyed that boss. So maybe I should use the extra skill for stun locks, because that seemed to add like 40% of its stun. Also, I love that we fought this and they have no dialogue about it at all. They're like, yeah, we just killed this giant being, whatever. Just like another Monday for them or something, whatever. Oh.
What just happened? It appears that we must remain on the switch for the path to open all the way.
Interesting. Oh.
Must be ruins up ahead.
Get a load of that enormous
I have
door.
detected something.
Bet there's something fun behind it.
We should take a look at all. I will not permit it. Yep. I will not permit it. As instantly expected. Yep, there.
Oh, I was trying to parry. Oh, well, that time I evaded.
There's something here.
Interesting. Wait, where is this treasure chest?
Treasure chest.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Oh, I missed the mushroom. I was like, what just hit me? Ooh, this area seems like kind of horrible if I was here at low levels. Red item? Rakshasa bangle acquired. I think this is a sacrament. Gift gauge charges faster. Oh, that seems like that would break speed runs. Lots of out of bounds nonsense happening. Oh, there's the enemy. I just kind of popped it just because. Oh, it got stunned. Adel's still leveling. Oh, can you not run up that? Oh, so annoying.
Crimson line. Crimson line.
So there's like a little path up there. Huh. Can I run up this wall and then dive off of it? So this is interesting. I think this is another way you could get into the dungeon. I'm assuming you have to kind of glide from up there to get there. But I'm looking to see if there's a way I could do it my way. Oh, you can't run up this? Oh, that sucks. Also very annoying. Go away, enemy. Imagine there's something you could do from the trees. Like that, they want you to zip up here to get better height or something. But where was this other treasure chest? Oh, it's like way underground. Oh, well, that's why I didn't see it. I was like, what the heck? Interesting. I guess this leads to that treasure chest I saw. It did. Another blinding bangle. Game, you gotta get more rare items in here. It's the third one we've received. Like, how many do you realistically need at any given time? You can only control one character, so... Like, cut me a break on that one. Like, that's the second one we've received in the session, but they don't do anything in numbers. It's not like it's attack 20 or defense 30 or whatever. The blue bandana? Is that just the weaker version of the one that I have? Oh, gaudy gloves cause confused, I guess. Oh, I think that is literally worth it. Yeah, it's the weaker version. Okay. So this is how you get the height needed. But I'm not sure what you could do here. Game, please. Love our allies like freaking out. Oh, I can just land here normally. Never mind. Huh, how do I get to that other chest then? So I don't get what the point of that other area was. It just kind of led me into a dead end that didn't really help me do anything. Okay, I will say that slide move is very fast. That might actually be faster than normal movement. Pretty silly. Yeah, not a big fan of spinning heel. I mean, it locks me in place, I guess, for the bosses that knock me backwards. But it's pretty niche for me at the moment. Oh, I was trying to parry. Did it a little early. That's how I parry correctly. Wow, we're leveling a lot fighting these spiders. Oops, did not mean to character swap. Crescendo? Take a look at that eventually. Alright, now that we're starting to level up her skills, I'm feeling a little better in terms of power. There's a lot of items I'm missing though. Just showing you how ridiculous the whirlwind was. I cleared almost the whole room from a distance. Now, I think if I layer the... Maybe with the range attack that takes a while to execute, maybe I could cause a damage bug by stacking the skills. Like, if I do something like... I don't know, this into this? Does that just, like, glitch the game? Maybe. I think it's worth exploring, because Lacrimosa had a very big damage bug. Where is this treasure chest? Oh. Answered my own question.
A treasure chest.
Shadow shoes. What do those do? Flash move ×2. Oh, double the duration of flash move is actually kind of cool. Because having slow-mo means you're more likely to stun lock a boss. So that seems kind of exploitable, to be honest.
I have detected something.
We might be doing that later. Yeah, she just needed more moves unlocked and then some skill levels to reduce the costs. Is that just another giant ominous boss? Okay. Oh, I should probably touch this so I can warp here later.
I have detected something.
This spinning move does decent damage, but actually, you know what? Oh, dips her down in the air a little too much. I was curious because that one had so much horizontal. What the? Why, hello there. This thing's tanky, level 31 as well. Know what I'm gonna do briefly? I'm gonna put Adol in the party to see if he can learn a new move. Doesn't seem to be so far. Nope. Okay. It's worth a try.
Taking point. Yeah, there's something here.
There's always something here, AI, I know. They're always here. So this is the treasure I couldn't get before. So, like, where could I jump to get this? Wait, what? Why did I teleport like that? Because, like, where does the game normally think you come from? I guess that hole? You know, you could get a surprising amount of height from that.
I got this.
Oh, he dipped down lower, unfortunately. Almost. So that's definitely like a sequence break. Like, we're not supposed to get this treasure yet, I think. But how many treasures do we have total? So we still missed a couple over here. Let's go at least try to get those. Do our little goofy flight technique. I don't know if there's like a point to this, but it's kind of funny you could do it. Because we know about the ultimate flight technique, which is just character swapping. I guess if I couldn't character swap, but I somehow had flight, that would be okay. What the? So that doesn't explain where a lot of these treasures are. Like, granted, we haven't explored the full area, but, like, still. I feel like we should have had more than this. Is there something I can run up the game doesn't want me to run up? Like, can I run up this wall, for example? Almost. Oh, well, here's one. That explains my feeling a little bit. So there's an easy chest I missed. So I think that's just the last chest then, right? No, there's still one more somewhere. I mean, it's possible they have one after the boss room.
I got this.
If we could just run up this tree, this would solve our problems.
My time to shine.
Can I run up the wall and then jump off of this? Not really. Yeah, like, it clearly doesn't want you to get in here. You see what I mean? Like, you're just, like, barely not able to do it. So if you manage to get higher than this, I think that would also break it. So I think they put little angles so you couldn't run up it purposely. Oh, I actually almost had it. Oh, wait, that was promising. What was that? Wait, how did I do that? I, like, clipped into it slightly. No, go back to that. No, that was promising. I want to do something out of logic again because it's funny. It's very hard to see the angles of the walls when you're running. Did they just clip through the wall? I think they, yeah, they did. They're such cheaters, chat. I wish I clipped it into the wall like they did. What the?
This one is special.
Oh. Like, see how they're able to get that little extra jump? I can't get that extra jump as a player. So if I can just get... Hold on a second. If I could go, like, over here, for example, and run up this wall, this would be promising. No. I can't believe you can't run up this tree. What a tease. So yeah, this is looking pretty hard. I'm not sure how to do this one. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time messing around with this, so apologize for people expecting plot. It has my attention. I love seeing things I'm not supposed to be able to reach. Just barely not able to do it. Hey! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do it. Brute force. I knew that rock looked promising. That's why I was like, how did I do that? Hey, going in the wrong entrance. So I can just skip the boss, right? Or is I supposed to come from down there or something? Let's figure out what it wanted me to do to get to this. There's so many enemies here, I'm basically just skill spamming for days. How much until that escape is futile levels? Oh, one more use. That's convenient. I felt like it was about to level up. Wow, that costs 7 less SP. Okay, I'll take that. Open the chest up backwards, you'd love to see it. Oh, there was just like a door here? I just didn't see it. Interesting. Oh. I didn't see it from the angles. I still love going in the wrong way, though. Oh, it's not as hard to get to as I thought. Oh, well. It's fine, chat. I love doing things in the wrong order. So I think that's all the treasure, then. We'll go to the actual boss fight, then. So yeah, now that Doll's leveled up her skills, I can actually use multiples in a combo. Feels kind of good. It's a scorpion spider thing. I thought about skipping the plot, chat. I thought about it.
Huge.
Don't panic! Raise your arms like this, and maybe it'll feel sorry for you!
Help us! What's with this place? These freaky bugs are everywhere!
Hey, you there! Monstrums! Okay, we played guilty! We'll behave! We won't run away! So I beg you, please save us!
What do we do? It seems like they're sorry.
Sorry, hell. They're chock full of shit. They'll wait for us to turn our backs, then they'll fly the coop again.
That is also my prediction.
No! You guys got us all wrong. Look at these puppy eyes. You see any lies here?
You can't leave them to die. We need to get the statue from them. Do the first option.
Hedall's right. Even these crooks don't deserve something so harsh.
Damn it.
Pompous Spider Queen Rigrania. Assuming I just have to hit these to make it lower. Which I do no damage. Okay, what actually does damage? There are a lot of projectiles. Oh, it's strong against everything?
We'll never kill this thing just by throwing ourselves at it.
It must have a weakness somewhere. If it does, my gift will be able to see it.
Oh, just one of the legs? Oh, game, please. Oh, so just one of the legs has it. Okay. So here's the downside of her ability kind of auto-targeting. Like, I'm clearly looking at the thing I wanted to hit, and it didn't hit the thing I was looking at. So just the gimmick boss. Got it. Fun. Wait, do I have infinite gift? Oh, I can't leave the boss arena easily. Hold on, chat. Infinite gift. They'll be fine. Nothing I could really zip to, it seems. It's unfortunate.
Now's our chance.
All right, let him have it.
Oh, I have to hit like the head thing. Okay. No, trigger the other skill. No, it wore off. No, I could have unlocked the boss. Oh, I misplaced it. I ran out of meter right as I went to go kill it. Because I think with the other skill, it would have unlocked it long enough for me to get it again. Oh, hello. That was a misplay on my behalf. I could have skipped a phase, I think. Wow, on guard is pretty unfair. Oh, well that time I was gonna stunlock it with this. That was a lot of damage, Sean. We managed to beat it. Though at the cost of letting the thieves escape, it seems. What? How could they? Of course they could. Now we look like the idiots. Well, just you, Credo, mostly. Next time, I ain't giving them a lick of mercy. For what anyone says. Escape is futile, Chan. I have detected a rather significant change in the scenery. Yeah, it looks like we're in the prison again. Guess it really was connected. So, that path we just took was an escape route back to the old fortress days, huh? Makes sense. Probably one of a few ways to get out of the city. The thieves are nowhere to be found. Let us be cautious as we proceed. Oh, she actually opened her eyes with the third sight. Interesting. So here's what I want to learn. If I can get to this area by clipping out of bounds, I could skip a lot of the game's plot. So, like, where is this relative to everything else? It's just saying Balduke Prison right now, but, like, oh, it's in the West Wing. Oh. So how do I get through here? Oh, it was that close the whole time. That is too funny. That is too funny. Sorry, chat doesn't probably know what I'm talking about, but I had clipped through into this area before, and I activated this treasure chest, and it advanced the plot. I didn't realize there was just a dungeon down here. Oh, that makes sense. Excuse me. So I know that this is going to advance the plot, but I might as well save, I guess. Actually, before I save, gotta spam her SB. The treasure chest appears to be empty. Well, shit. It's a trap. We've been locked inside. Wow, they're the dumbest adventurers. Wow. Look what we have here, a monster menagerie. Serves you right. I knew I had a bad feeling about that chest ever since I laid my eyes on it. Good thinking, boss. Even your intuition can be right twice a day. No need to worry about them chasing us down anymore. All we gotta do is go back the way we came and we're home scot-free. Well, they fell down a pit. How would they get out? They grahaha in return. From this day onward, we'll be the ones known as the real monstrums. Actually, scratch that. Everyone just start coming after us instead. Boss, you might want to get a look at this. What? I'm trying to gloat here. There's so many. Where did they even come from? This ain't good. Come on, let's skedaddle. Boss, they're coming in from behind us too. You gotta be kidding. Quick, let's hide in an open cell for now. But did they just imprison themselves? Hurry up and shut it. Wow, they are really dumb. Whoops. You nincompoop. I said shut it, not lock it. But wouldn't they be able to get in if I didn't? I don't think it really matters. They have projectiles. Oh, well, they just all calmly walk away, I guess. Huh. They're going back. We're saved! Saved. Saved how? Every single one of us is in the clink. What the hell are we supposed to do now? I don't know. Starve to death, I guess? Don't play coy with me. Ain't you monstrums the real deal? Do something about this. I mean, Adol could probably pick his way out of the jail. Phew. Thanks for the save, Crimson King. Impressively done. I was not previously aware one could escape in such a manner. Also, why does it switch between who's talking? Like, why does it sometimes say Credo and sometimes say Hawk when they're in the same outfit? I feel that is kind of confusing. Maybe they're trying to hide their identity in front of the other people. I just noticed that. It's actually kind of bothering me now. Like a walking utility knife, this guy. If you're done bending his back over there, could you let us out too? Please, we admit defeat. I guess we're recruiting them to our base is where this is going. You wouldn't want to just leave little old us to rot in here, would you? You'll have to return the statue you stole from Artisan Lane first. All right, we'll do as you say. You gotta open the cell at the same time we give you the statue. Are we just gonna get pushed in the cell again? Sure, Scout's honor. So what do we really do? We're dealing with a surprisingly conniving bunch here. No, they're really dumb. You're just falling for, like, the stupidest things. That's a good point. What if we have them put the statue down in the back before we open the door? No, that's even worse! No, then they're just gonna shut the door on you. Oh my gosh, they're so stupid, chat. The group brain cell is not functioning today with the plot, I see. So when they inevitably shut the door on us because we are just so unbelievably slash incredulously stupid. Like, only one of us has to accept it. Like, what would they do if only one of us accepted the statue? I know, we're approaching eternity levels of stupidity. They just need to do 7 years or something, chat. That's all it is. If there's a plot point where it's 7 or 8 years, I'm gonna roll my eyes. I'm just like, you know. It'll be perfect Eternia. It'll explain everything. I see. That way we're able to recover the statue after they have left. Fine by us. Putting it way back here, see? Boss. After all the trouble we went through to steal it, draw your tears, oh comrades of mine. I'm doing what's best for our future. The saint's statue. Alright, now if you thieves could just gather in front of the door. Try anything funny and I'll make sure you end up in stitches. We're done playing tricks. Now hurry up and let us out. Crimson King, if you would. I don't know where he was hiding that, chat. Ah! Don't scare me like that. What's gone into you at this time? Oh. Oh, we actually did something smart? Wow, I thought we legit were gonna open the door. Oh my gosh, chats. The brain cell's working today. All the thieves scream. He whistles. Hawk, what did you just do? Oh, just a little emergency signal we knights like to use. I wonder bet a few of them are already on their way as we speak. You set us up? How could you? Do you monstrums even have hearts? I do not, as it so happens, for I am a doll, you see. The signal came from over here. Who goes there? And here comes the cavalry now. How long have you been planning this? I feel a little bad for them now. I feel a little bad for them, chat. Cry me a river. If they wanted room service, they shouldn't have gotten caught. Though I wouldn't have put it past them if they strolled right into the nights on their own. Most assuredly, this outcome was inevitable. Well, mission complete, I guess. Come on. Better scram before they catch us, too. You ain't seen The Last of Us, mark my words. You guys are just awful. Disgrace all monstrum kind. We'll get you for this. Well, we're back where we started. Doll, what made you snatch the statue up like that all of a sudden? I cannot say for sure myself. I simply could not contain myself the moment I saw it placed upon the floor. Before I knew it, my body began to move as if of its own accord. Phew, the hell's that supposed to mean? Sound like you've got crap all to do with the Saint. Hawk, you're immediately wrong. We all know she's connected to the Saint. The doll is probably owned by the Saint when the Saint was a child, and we know the Saint is probably Aurelius, or whatever her name was. The one-winged angel. Indeed, it is peculiar, to say the least. Well, at least now we know the prison is an escape route that leads out of the city. We're making all sorts of progress ever since Adel joined us. And that full moon Grimwald wasn't anything to sneeze at either. It's no wonder Aprilis had such a hard time dealing with it. Now that the matter is resolved, shall we head back into the city? Yeah, I'm starved. I concur. What, do you even get hungry? I do not, in fact, for I am, as you know, a doll. I merely surmised replying in such a fashion would duly continue the flow of the conversation. Yeah, just the opposite, actually. It's almost like they should have tried teamwork before Adel showed up. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Hawk is such a team player, chat.
I'm gonna get going. Don't want him finding out I've been skiving off work, but today wasn't half bad.
He takes his duties as a knight pretty seriously, doesn't he? I guess he actually is a good person. If you could get past everything else.
Chat, they're trying to pull the heart of gold nonsense I was talking about earlier. Listen, this character is like basically irredeemable. He is such a terrible person. I don't care that he works for the Knights. He's so bad, chat. I'm gonna be real with you. I think he's actually one of the worst protagonists we've experienced across any RPG that we've played so far. I'm not gonna say of all time, but of the ones we've played, he's pretty bad. Honestly, chat, he's bottom 2 minimum.
I must also take my leave. I do not wish to inconvenience the Rhindals. I will make certain that the statue is returned to them.
Oh, yes! Thank you very much! She's gonna put it back herself? I hope she doesn't get caught.
Uh-oh, chat. Remind me of other characters worse than Hawk
You know
that are protagonists. I mean, the Eternia crew was pretty dumb, but I think personality-wise, I don't think they were as terrible as Hawk was.
in the short time we spent with those two, I feel like we got to know them a little better. Still, we haven't learned anything more about our gifts. And I was hoping to at least learn something about Aprilis.
We did, Krisha. We figured out her entire backstory. You guys are just too dumb to realize it. It's okay, though. We'll forgive you. Haven't got a clue about it either. I'm sure we'll find it eventually. Well, I mean, this is secretly the Aprilis chapter, as we said before.
Do you really think so? During that full moon Grimwald knocks, even Aprilis was distraught. I feel like there's a lot more coming that we won't be prepared for. But all we can do is keep going and give it our all.
You're right. I admire your courage, Krisha. We'll say they admire your courage, Len.
You do?
Some of the characters from Shadow Hearts from the New World. I mean, I intensely didn't like the protagonist there, but I still think he's a better character than Hawk. Simon from Rogue Galaxy. Oh, that's true. He's probably in my bottom 3 for sure. That I fully agree with. he's actually terrible.
Oh, I should get back to the shop. I'll see you later, Adol.
Oh my gosh. I almost feel like unironically playing that game again, chat. You have no idea. But this time with save states on that final boss. So that final boss is just absolute nonsense.
Hey, you hear about what happened?
What happened?
You know what I'm talking about. I mean how those thieves robbed the shops on Artisan Lane.
Oh, you mean those thieves who were found locked up somehow? I heard that the Monstroms tricked him into a prison cell and then left him there.
Really? Then that means they must have broken into the prison again. I wouldn't be surprised if they found their way into this tower one of these days.
Speaking of surprises, isn't the Knight's facility... No, never mind.
Yeah, like I think that game is actually worth playing again because it's a very interesting discussion on how you destroy like a series in the game itself. Like that game had so much promise, and then you know, the last quarter of the game.
Hey, you can't follow something like that with a never mind.
Let's just mind our own business and do our jobs. Come on, let's finish these rounds.
Thank you, Guardsman Plot Exposition. Inform the real Adol what's going on. So I could teleport around. Let's just explore to see if anything changed. I wish I had skills with this character, though. Oh, if only he could wear the Pickard. Nothing changed in here. Yeah, that final boss was just too much, chat. I don't even know what to say. That was clearly not playtested properly. I love that you can see it, but you can't enter it. The invisible wall is too strong, chat. So not seeing additional plot elements, so maybe I should have just warped. That's disappointing. I was hoping there was like little extra lines, but we've already investigated the graffiti here. Nothing changed about that door. It's okay, so next time we come into the scenario, I'm just gonna teleport to the next area. Those air tumbles, though. Yeah, Adol's definitely human, chat. I don't know about you, I definitely just air tumble everywhere. So still can't go through that door. Search yourself to anything of use. Acquired red cheese. Okay, there's some things I could get. Found a book about the Baldur prison. It's divided into 4 wings based off the cardinal directions. Situated between them is the central wing. Additionally, the north wing, the highest, boasts a watchtower. Okay. So, we already kind of know that, but that's fine. Luxurious carpeting lines the floor. Just what is this place? It's probably the special district. Or whatever they were calling it. Ooh, that music, though. Nice music. I kind of don't want to go in a cutscene in case it interrupts it. Where in the world is this? The setting unfolding before you looks nothing like the inside of a prison. Richard Man says, I can't say I expected our next meeting to happen in here of all places. Well, the government general caught wind of my little illicit dealings, you see. I'll just be taking it easy in here while things cool off outside. Wow, I'd heard Celcetta's government general was harsh, but sheesh. Would that those in control were just a little more lenient, huh? I completely agree. At any rate, I procured the goods you wanted just as requested. In return, all I ask is that you continue your patronage with us after your release. As shrewd a businessman as always, I see. Be sure to keep you in mind. Well, I guess they say that the elite have their own level of justice. Or a system of justice. I guess we're seeing it here. What a prison. So we saw some of this outside. So we had a little bit of a spoilers with the tables by looking down here before. Oh, I can no longer just swing my weapon randomly. Okay, so he's warning us that any playgun violations will remove our privileges, even though we're not meant to be here. I'm just exploring mostly. It's a pretty big place. There's even plot all the way back here. Interesting. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Stick your neck out and it'll get chopped. Okay. I might as well activate the plot here since this is so far out of the way of everything else. Talk to dolled up woman. Talk to well-dressed youth. This is a cozy little establishment. That much I won't deny. But I can't say I'm fond of the fact that any lowborn could saunter in for the right price. Oh, don't be like that. Why, it's thanks to them we have no excessive boredom. I'd call that a more valuable commodity than anything in here, wouldn't you? Haha, suppose you do have a point. Gussying up for a nightly ball would be for naught if you couldn't show them up. Oh, you. I trust you'll accompany me to tonight's function? But of course, milady. Or are we gonna get in disguise? Are we gonna put on, like, the ballroom mask and that's gonna be our disguise? Can we leave, though? Nothing to report. Nothing to report. Jeez, do they really need us patrolling around here to begin with? Come on, don't say that. I've had regular prisoners seek their way in here before, you know. So what? Even see why you'd have to protect these rotten snobs anyhow. Well, someone's in a bad mood. How about we go for a drink after this? The guards appear to be making the rounds. It's probably best not to approach them. I love the guards don't even like the nobles. That's a nice touch. I know, chat. You know I feel like we're gonna sneak into the ball or whatever that's gonna happen later. Like, we're just gonna have, like, a white mask on, and we're gonna be as ridiculously dressed as the Crimson King. Talk to this gentleman. Some of these folks are downright cruel with how they treat those under Rom's dominion. But hey, money talks in the end. We all know it to be true. And thanks to this lot, I've been able to pull in a pretty tidy sum if I do say so. Alrighty then, time to get to work. Need to make a killing if I plan on getting into the upper crust myself. Anywhere else I should explore before going to the other plot element? Oh, there's even a plot element over here. Interesting. Talk to Grumpy Man. Come to think of it, I don't think I've even seen so much as... Oh, excuse me. Let's try this again. Come to think of it, I don't think I've even so much as seen him today. That would be because he's a loony. I bet he's gone off to the chapel all by his lonesome. Again. Honestly, that boy's done a terrible job fitting in with the rest of us. And it's certainly not for any lack of wit on his part either. Why he even came in here to begin with, I'll never understand. Figured we'd try a little different voice for those characters. Well-to-do man. Misfortune of incurring the wrath of a certain provincial nomad during my scramble to escape, I eventually ended up staying here. Thanks to this prison, I can live without a care in the world. Compared to what awaits me outside, it's far, far safer within these walls. So the secret noble district has another tier. I love how it says question mark, but they called it the special district earlier. Like, we overheard that in the guard conversation with this character, so I'm not sure why we don't think this is the special district. But whatever. Well, I mean, I guess the special district could be the one where the very 5 suspicious prisoners are, but whatever. Roman soldier says, all right, inmates, form a line for admission. I'll be checking your access passes, so make sure you have them out and ready.
This one is special.
My goodness, all this procedure just to enter the special sector. Oh, so it is confirmation. So this is the special sector. As if the small fortune I spent on my admission fee wasn't enough. Well, personally, I'm sick and tired of living in those communal cells. Should have moved here sooner with how long I've left on my sentence. You make a fair point. But don't forget, the new warden Belger doesn't exactly care for this place. One can only wonder how long it has left. Well, if that's all you're worried about, you could just rest easy. Those admission fees are one of the prison's greatest sources of revenue. Thank you, exposition inmates. It won't be so easy to... Hey, you two, no chit-chat until you're inside. No more plot details until you get further in. Sorry about that. Just who does that soldier think he is? I wish I knew where to go. Oh. Now we have to go back over here. Oh, looks like it's about time to swap out. We'd best get a move on, or the warden will never let us hear the end of it. Let's cut the chatter and start making our rounds of the general blocks. Appears the guards are no longer standing watch. Oh, I can't go up higher. So they're in the north wing. Interesting. Can I go further down, or is it going to stop me? Trapdoor is held shut by a sturdy lock and several nails. It won't budge in the slightest. Seems almost comically excessive. What would have happened to warrant this? I think that's where we escaped in the beginning of the game. Where there's the chapel, where we know somebody's in here. Apparently a boy. According to the other men we eavesdropped on. This appears to be a chapel. It's quiet and serene with no sign of people.
Whoa! Don't scare me like that. Sheesh. There's not usually people in here this late.
What are you doing here? You gave me quite the scare. Well, I was not really jump scared by him. I knew he was in here. So we're gonna say, what are you doing here?
Taking a nap, of course. Doesn't get much quieter than an empty church.
A sign of a person. Yeah, it immediately is contradicted.
Wait a sec. You're not...
Yeah, what gave us away? Was it the horrible brown cloak we have on our shoulders? Also, why is the cloak jostling like that? It's moving like it's jello. Like, that's so weird. It's jiggling and wiggling. Clothing doesn't move like that.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you don't belong here, do you? ...
I'm a prisoner, actually. Adel is pretty dumb. I feel like we wouldn't even try to hide the fact that we were.
That's not exactly what I meant. Well, I still haven't been able to find my bearings here in the special sector either.
What makes it special? Is that where we are? Adel, you know where we are. We just heard that. What makes it special?
Where to start? They call it that because only felons who can afford the hefty fee can stay here. You can dress however you want and go wherever you want. To an extent.
It does look like it's breathing. Look at it, chat.
And you can even go shopping in here. It's not all that different from the outside.
I knew that. Why does a place like this exist?
I knew it. This is your first time here. Supposedly, it was established when a Roman noble was held prisoner here. Not just nobles. The politicians, businessmen, anybody with a name or the right amount of cash gets to stay here. They say that some politicians use this place to hide from their little scandals.
Now I get it. Does that mean you're someone important? Well, ask that question.
Do I look like someone important to you? The name's Marius. I don't actually remember much about anything before I came here.
Oh no. Oh no, chat, not more amnesia.
Funny, right? Being punished for a crime you don't remember committing? So, how'd you end up in here?
Deciding to trust him, you tell Marius about what happened.
So, Adol's your name, huh? Being an adventurer must be an exciting job, but I can understand why you'd be wanted by the Roman military.
Are you Roman? Doesn't this prison seem strange to you? We're gonna ask him if it seems strange.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on. I'm Roman, and even I haven't got a clue what I'm locked up for.
So I guess this is the person that was being looked for by the person that taught us lockpicking. I guess if we extend, like, the plot lines from the beginning of the game, because I know, like, when we're streaming it, you know, there's weeks in between, but I just want to bring up that plot point from, like, literally the first session.
Let's say we work together to collect information. How about it, Adol? We've got a lot in common. Neither of us are supposed to be here. And you know what? I think we can be friends, too.
That might be our best bet. I'm not sure yet, but I'll cooperate for now. We'll say that might be our best bet. I feel like Adol is very happy to have friends. Maybe they'll help him burn things.
Well, great. It's settled then. Okay, Adol. I can't wait to get started.
It's nearly time for the guards to begin making their rounds. It's best to return to your cell before they realize you've escaped.
You got someplace to be? Let's talk next time then. By the way, Adol, do you have an access pass?
Nope. What do you mean, what's that? Adol, what is the point of eavesdropping if you don't remember the plot points from 5 minutes ago? We don't have one.
Ah, I figured you wouldn't. It's a pass that lets you come and leave the special sector whenever you want.
I like how he explains it anyway, because he's like, Adol, you look like you're really stupid. Let me just tell you what the thing is again.
You're usually supposed to get one with your admission fee. Things will be difficult for us as long as you don't have one. All right. I'll see if there's anything I can do about that.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay, chat. As we said before, our rule is we don't thank people. We'll just say it's kind of them.
Don't mention it. We've got to look out for each other from now on. Well, I guess I'll catch you later, Adol.
Oh, so we finally finished chapter 4. The doll search. I guess to have a timely reference, if we were playing as Godot in an East game, the chapter would still continue. It's only 73 Twilight shards, so I'm not getting a lot of bonus shards.
Krisha, I wish you were here to see his face.
But something tells me by the end of the game, there's going to be a way to get a lot of them. Because more often than not, if something is like a rare currency, I imagine as long as we keep doing all the Monstrum Noxes, I'll get a way to either convert money into them towards the end of the game, or straight up do like a special battle, and that special battle will yield it to me explicitly. One of those two things will probably happen. I don't know which is which, so I'm not really concerned. I have a feeling we're going to be able to max stats if I really, really wanted to, which I really don't.
Rodario was in such a panic after realizing that Anemona had also gone missing.
There's a less likable party member than Nanami. Yeah, chat, the reason I said bottom 2, I thought Nanami. I'm not going to lie on that one. Nanami's in my bottom 2. That character just, oh, just please. I mean, like, maybe Bad Ratch counts from Valkyrie Profile. Maybe. Maybe he counts. I mean, he helps somebody, though, so that still makes him better than Hawk.
You two must have been so worried. They must have found out that Anemona wasn't in the shop.
Don't be ridiculous. You were the one blundering about like the world's end was at our doorstep.
That's right, I was. That's how any mother would react if her dear daughter went missing.
Oh no, she thinks the doll is her daughter. Oh, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, in any case, let's just avoid her psychosis. It's fine.
When we returned to the shop, both Anemona and Saint Rosvita's statue were here. It was as if they were never gone at all. The mysteries of the world never cease to amaze this old man.
Really? Wow!
But I've already told you, Roderio. It was Anemona. She was the one who brought Saint Rosvita's statue back to us.
What makes you think that?
I didn't want to tell Roderio because I thought it would worry him. But Anemona has been going on her little outings for some time now.
Oh, not this nonsense again. A doll taking a stroll all on her own? This isn't a fairy tale.
Then tell me, Roderio, who could have returned the statue?
Well, you see, the culprits are in prison, so...
You can think what you want, dear. I know what really happened.
Chapter 5, The Raging Bull's Treasure. So there's only 2 characters left. There's Raging Bull and Renegade we haven't recruited. Hopefully I did everything in that chapter correctly. Oh, hey Adel. A fine morning to you, my excuse me, I said admirable. My adorable Krisha. Good morning. It's a great day outside. Let's make the most of today. Let's make the most of today. Indeed I shall. I will give it my all. Now then. I just love the Pickard. My. Credo's hard at work already. Hey, how many days in a row is this? We've got cleaning to do, you know. He's been like this every day? Credo ... Oh heavens. Cranky as usual. Did someone ruffle the feral Hulk's feathers again? Something like that. This is how he gets whenever he fights an opponent he's unsatisfied with. Oh no. Oh no, Chad, it's not related to the playthrough, but I was just thinking about 5Ds and team satisfaction. I'm having flashbacks to that show again. Sorry, distracted by the phrasing again. Huh. You run around hurting people and you're the one who's sulking? You're gonna get what's coming to you someday. I hope so, Yufa. I hope he gets what's coming to him. What? If you show people kindness, life will repay you in kind. But show them cruelty and you'll bet it'll bite back. You're starting to sound a whole lot like those sheep at the church. Sorry, but I don't believe in being nice as a quid pro quo. Oh. Believe in being nice as a quid pro quo. Okay, never mind. What? That's not what I meant. Hadel, Krisha, back me up here. If someone's gonna come after me tit for tat for something I did to them, then I'll welcome it gladly. He's definitely an antagonist, chat, I'm just saying. Huh? Credo? Hey, Yufa. Looks like you looks like you were spent at Artisan Lane. You look fine now. Oh, I was just a little tired. But I'm better now, thanks to you all. From Shantae.
Excuse me?
Who are you three? How can I help? Listen, chat, we don't want to help. We'll just ask who they are.
Have you seen my sister?
I mean, I guess I should have guessed that Raging Bull would be a farmer because it's a farm animal.
Wait, is that Elle? And Mark and Ood, too.
That's how you say that name? Ood? E-U-D-E-S is Ood. Oh no, chat. These names.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adol. These are my younger siblings.
Oh, they're related to her.
Huh? Your siblings?
Wow, you have a big family? I didn't know you had siblings. We'll say we didn't know she had siblings.
Of course! Do I not seem like a big sister?
We'd like to thank you for always looking out for Yufa.
I love that the Pickard is just blocking the way all the time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Ood.
My goodness. Aren't they the most precious things?
You three know better than to come to the bar. What are you guys doing here? Is something the matter?
Hey, we came all this way for you, you know?
Here, this is yours. You forgot your apron at home. We thought you'd need it.
Ah, shoot. I do, don't I? Thank you for bringing it to me. You're all so responsible now. Oh, I'm so proud of all of you.
We just didn't want you to break your promise because you forgot this and had to stay late.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have something planned?
She promised she'd take us to the Coliseum.
Chad, I see nothing but bad news if we go to this Coliseum. Every time we've been at a Coliseum, we've fought like multi-story tall bosses. And now we're going to another Coliseum. It never ends, Chad. What's going on at the Coliseum? Obviously a giant death match versus a giant boss. When is it not? I mean, what was that? East 4, where we got thrown into a death arena and they had us tried in the arena. It wasn't that long ago. I'm just saying. There's a Coliseum here. Adel, you whatever. What's going on at the Coliseum? They're gonna say it's for the special event. Is it for the reenactment of the 100 Years' War?
The Coliseum hosts all sorts of events, depending on the season.
Was there an event that the children were particularly interested in?
Oh, you think it was 7? You're right. I think it was 7. I knew it was a 3D game.
Well, right now it's...
Hey, did you know Yufa's boyfriend is there right now?
Yufa! Ooh la la! Why is this the first time I'm hearing of this?
Boyfriend?
Getting some action, huh, Yufa? What are you teaching these poor kids?
Credo, Jesus, phrasing. That's not PG-13.
I'm not teaching them anything. I mean, he's not my boyfriend. We've just been friends since we were kids. Hey, you three. No more joking around, okay?
I was the one who said it.
Yep, it was me.
Ood, I know you were the one who told her in the first place. How embarrassing. Anyway, he's a friend of mine who works at the Coliseum. He invited them to visit.
How lovely! Your friend is very generous.
Yes, he's really nice. We're looking forward to it.
Just Ood.
So make sure you aren't late, okay, Yufa?
I know. Thanks for bringing me my apron.
Well, we don't want to get in the way of your work, so we'll go home.
Aww, but I want to stay here with Yufa.
Elle, maybe if we finish all our chores, we could go a little early.
Really? Then let's hurry up and go home.
All right, you three. Be sure to come back soon, okay?
Okay.
Aren't they just the most darling little things?
Yeah, they're adorable.
If I remember correctly, Yufa, your parents...
Is anybody here not an orphan? Okay, you know, just... every single character. Shantae, do you want to tell us your tragic backstory? Yufa has no parents. Credo has no parents. Krisha has no parents. I'm assuming Adel doesn't have parents at this rate. I forget what his exact story was. It's been a while.
Yes. They both passed away during the war with the Roman Empire.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It happened 8 years ago when the Roman Empire invaded Glia.
Oh, no, Chad. I was joking about this 7 to 8 years ago. Hold on. This is plot relevant. Okay, what happened 8 years ago? Is this going to involve the war orphan party that we have? Let's try to pay attention, Chad.
My family lived on the outskirts of Balduc. We couldn't evacuate in time, and before we knew it, the war was right on our doorstep.
So this is technically the backstory of, I think, every other character.
Roman soldiers invaded our village. They would have killed us if our parents hadn't sacrificed themselves to save us.
You've been through a lot, Yufa. But you know something? I've never met anyone as strong as you.
What do you mean?
Anybody can tell by looking at those children how well you've raised them. They're responsible and they're compassionate. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Adol?
Please let there be an option to say no. Yeah, you have a wonderful family. I wish I had a big sister like you. What? No. We're gonna say you have a wonderful family.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it, Adol.
Warfins, you're right. It's the Warfin party.
The war changed everything for us. But those three kept me going. I'll do whatever it takes to keep them safe. And to make sure they can lead happy, peaceful lives.
And we'll always be here to support you.
That means a lot, Shantae.
All right, let's get to work.
New quest available on the bulletin board. Okay. I don't want to continue with the plot. I mostly just want to unlock the quests. I could check to see if Parks has anything new. He does. Oh, that one seems kind of long. Well, I guess fine. We'll do it now. She could fulfill that request of my own, but alas, I'm unable to. Oh, good to see you, Adol. You must excuse me. During a chess match with Credo, we got to discussing the knights. Oh, you're playing chess with him? What a waste of time. Don't be fooled by our vociferous friend. Wow, that is a word I don't think I've ever said out loud before. Adol. So he seemed to stay one move ahead of me. If you say so, game, he does not even strike me as the character that would ever play chess. Someone this astute may be better suited to be a civil officer than a knight. Don't you try to give him new traits. He is just a terrible person. Don't you pretend he thinks things through. Don't you pretend to be, game. Be that as it may, I do not intend to surrender without a fight. Old man challenged me to a chess match, so I accepted, of course. Figured to be a pushover, but he gave me a run for my money. Looks like there's something up with him, but now he's got me even more curious. Speaking of which, I heard the old man put up some kind of big shot request. Look into it, will you? It's on the bulletin board. Can I just...
Hello there.
Let's show him out. I don't think I got anything new here, so he's just gonna dot us. We'll ask about the quest. That reminds me, I have a new request for you. Receive word of another innocent prisoner. A few days... Well, our last one wasn't really innocent, so I don't know if I trust your advice or sources anymore. A few days ago, we found an anonymous letter addressed to the Monstroms. Expect it will be even more challenging than rescuing Iris. Adol, would you hear me out? Of course I'll help, I'll need some time. We'll say of course I'll help. You have my thanks. Let us gather the Dandelion staff. We unfortunately do not have many leads, so combining our information is our best bet. So yeah, ideally here, chat, I'm just gonna go for what the best ending of the game would be. I'm assuming if you don't gather all the people, it'll lead to like a normal ending and or potentially a bad ending, but we're just gonna go for the best ending. So I'm gonna try to complete every event as we go forward. Maybe with the speed run, if we decide to do it at the end of the playthrough, we'll get the normal ending. So this is the letter. I'm sure you've been made aware of recent unjust arrests. 4 months ago, someone disappeared. Now I'm positive that missing person was one of the innocent people detained. Believe if you find him, you'll unearth the motive behind these arrests. Regrettably, I don't have any information on where in the prison he's being held. I've also learned he's going to be transferred away in the near future. Where he's going, I also don't know. Something foul is afoot. Please save him. Okay, this might be the lockpick guy giving us the news. P.S. If you do manage to find him, ask him to remember the oath on the hill. He'll understand. That's not so much to go on. It sounds sincere enough to me, though. I think so, too. Letters just like this one were found in places Monstroms were sighted. People are starting to talk about them. Yeah, innocent in quotes for sure. It's gotta be for the Monstroms! We have to free that prisoner then. Yes, it appears to me that this could be the prisoner with the answers we need. Without a name or a location, I don't know where to start. What's the matter, Credo? Huh? Well, you know. What's the worst that could happen if we just, misplace that letter? Credo's the worst, chat. I think we can agree. He is just so actively unpleasant. Just so actively unpleasant. As opposed to just having an annoying characteristic, like, he is just actively terrible. But this person is in trouble. He needs our help. I wish there was a way we could find out who this prisoner was. Wait a second. I did hear about a special case prisoner who was scheduled to be transferred. Where did you hear that, Iris? Let me guess. You were out digging your nose... Digging your nose in places... Digging your nose? Not sticking your nose into places where it shouldn't be? I feel like that's a mistranslation. I've never heard of them say digging your nose before. Normally they say like you're sticking your nose in places it doesn't belong, not digging. You don't just okay. Huh. I've endured closer scrapes than that. I was just doing a little reconnaissance to find that scumbag Lindheim. Huh. This one's got a bark. Oh, don't identify with her. They're both terrible characters. Shut up, knucklehead. I'm glad no one likes Credo. All right, let's calm down now. Reconnaissance? Where the hell did she... never mind. Don't think about it too hard, Doki. It'll destroy your remaining brain cells. Hey, Yaddle, if this is our guy, there's gotta be a way to get to him. Should it intercept the transport wagon? Let's break into the prison again. I mean, I guess we can intercept the transport. I mean, they'll probably say this is a dumb idea, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Yeah, that's our ticket. Oh, they actually do want us to intercept the wagon. We just need to know when the transport's going to take place. The black market dealer might have that information. Let's find him now then. We'll rescue that prisoner one way or another. We'll say let's find him now then. Very well, but be vigilant. May not be as dangerous as breaking into the prison, but the convoy will still be guarded. I'll arrange for his arrival at the Dandelion. Until then, Godspeed, everyone. Right, says everybody. Quest prison liberation accepted. So we gotta start doing side quests if I want to unlock all the knocks to get presumably a bonus boss and or bonus raid.
Sure thing.
Added new relic pentacle. Added musketeer. Pentacle. Set mystic circles that inflict enemies with status ailments. Doesn't affect Adul's companions. Create decoys to lure them in more easily. Interesting. Musketeer. Periodically fires orbs of gravity that ground enemies and deal damage to them. Enhancing increases its range of effect.
Alright, let's get to prepping.
Let's get a pentacle.
Let's do this! What do you think? Let's do this!
So musketeer should help delay the enemy if they do get past us. I'm kind of low on Crimson Spar though. Poison plus confuse, that could be fun.
Leave it to me.
Let's try that.
What do you think?
I really need Crimson Spar. Oh, I can level up the decoy.
Let's do this! What do you think?
Well, that's more points for our score, so really no downside to that at all.
That should do it. Take your time.
Nothing but S ranks, chat.
You just let me know.
Nothing but S ranks with our level 1 gear. Let's go. How is it even possible to like not get an A rank in those, I guess?
Hey,
or higher?
What'll it be? Buys don't be a stranger.
Oh no, what'll it be? Oh, there's Warden Belger. Why are you here? Are you the manager of this establishment? Then I have a series of questions for you. There are witnesses who claim they've seen monstrums in this facility. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Explain yourselves at once. Oh, but it was just a tiny, incy-wincy misunderstanding, my adorable warden. The monstrums are nothing more than a marketing gimmick. We just love dressing up as monstrums. Perhaps our staff was mistaken for the real ones. What? You're serving customers dressed as monstrums? Absolutely. It's an absolute hit with the locals. Oh no, what have I done? I've divulged the secret to the Dandelion's success. Gah. I don't care about how you run your business. I can see that we were misled by the rumors about the monstrums working here. However, I cannot dismiss the possibility. They will not show themselves here in the future. Hope my guards keep a close eye on this place. Don't have any objections, do you? Why, of course not. I'll feel that much safer with you protecting me, Warden. Alright, so apparently everybody knows about the Monstrum Imposters. Don't really care what he has to say for the most part. Wait, what? Oh, you can't talk to this guy. I was like, why did I snap to the other character? Two major mountains in the north of the Balduke. One is the site of the Jillian mines, the other is Eldor. Oh boy, Chad, one day we'll see what Eldor is all about, right? We totally didn't go there earlier. The Jillian mines have maintained their use and importance to this day. The shrine at Eldor fell into disuse ages ago. Supposedly, pilgrimages to its summit were much more common in St. Rosavita's time. Yeah, I feel like we'll find Aprilis there at some point. So, high priority. Owner, where art thou? Chamomile times 10. That sounds terrible. Why would I want that? Hazardous harvest. Rich caravan that's lodging in town less a few days ago than been spent. Last I heard, they went to Mount Eldor to gather some medicinal herbs. Well, Chad, this might be one of the shortest quests of all time. I'm drafting together a search party to go check on them. Come see me at the trading bureau for more details. Came across a stuffed animal that someone lost. It certainly wasn't lacking in love by the look of it. Could we ask you to find his rifle? I'm sure must be worried sick. So we could go to Artisan Lane, pick this up. Then we could go literally to the summit of Mount Eldor and skip everything. Prison Liberation, yeah, we'll do that. And we can hand something in for fighting torrentials. Berserker's Mask, if I remember, is a good accessory. So I definitely want to get that at some point. She apologizes for her siblings. Apparently there's a complicated history between us and the bar. Okay, let's try leaving. I like how it's giving us a plot summary of what just happened in the chapter. Are you on your way out, everyone? What's Dollface doing out of the shop? Don't call her Dollface. You're such a terrible human being, Credo. It would appear that Miss Rijendell has caught on to my surreptitious excursions. As such, I no longer believe there to be any point in concealing them. So I could be a full-time party member now. You're probably right about that. In any case, I'd like to accompany you from here on if you would allow it. I mean, I just said that, but sure. It'll be a great help. You're always welcome at the Dandelion. I'll say she's a great help.
Yeah.
On the contrary, it is I who will be depending on you to help me restore my lost memories.
Anemona has joined your party yet again. Sorry, Adel, you've been replaced. Lovey's only level 29. His strength is going up, though, I will state. Or maybe it's just because he has a ring on. Oh, no, it's just strength has gone up naturally. So, like, he's almost caught up to Krisha in terms of damage. Which is kind of shocking, because she's like a 41 attack. So he actually seems to be scaling relevant, and Krisha actually seems to be falling off kind of hard. Which is kind of awkward. There's a landmark over here. I'm assuming that's where the Coliseum is. Let's go to Artisan Lane real quick, pick this up.
I'm at a loss.
Now, honey, let's not be selfish here. Don't you think his owner misses him?
I don't care. I'm taking him home with me.
Ugh, this is going nowhere. We need to be on our way. Oh, they must be the ones who made the found item request. Maybe we should go and ask if everything's all right.
Reach out. Let's hold off right now. We'll reach out.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We came to talk about a request you put in about a stuffed animal you found.
Oh, I assume that means you're taking it on then. We certainly appreciate it. You see, the wife and I are on pilgrimage with our daughter. We're slated to leave the city today, so my daughter found this stuffed rabbit. Tell how precious it was to its owner. I'd love to reunite them, but...
Wow, that plushie's definitely seen its fair share over the years. It take a long time of love and care to get this worn out. Whoever owns it is likely about as old as our daughter here. It's more than enough reason for us to give it back.
Is that right?
Come on now, dear. Won't you give the little rabbit over to these nice boys and girls? No, Mr. Bunneykins is my friend now. You can't have him.
Oh boy, another credo in the making.
Your friend? Now, what did I say about being selfish? Listen, dear, Mr. Bunneykins here already has his own family. Wouldn't you be sad if you and Mommy went our separate ways? Well, you'd want to come home, right? I'm sure he does too, you know. Daughter, dot, dot, dots. Wow, that manipulation. Okay, fine. You received the beloved stuffy from the girl. Oh, thank you. We'll take good care of him, okay? If it helps, we found it in front of the bulletin board along this road here. Other than that, we don't have any other leads, sorry. Just as long as you find its owner, that's all we're really asking. Make sure Mr. Bunneykins gets home safe, okay? The people of Baldgrip are so likable. It's just one schmaltzy request after another with you people, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Chat, can we just, like, duct tape his mouth shut? Like, honestly? We're not missing anything when he speaks. So, where do we start, huh? Maybe there's footprints to track. Maybe you could try using our gifts. Let's say footprints to track. And it is indeed a possibility. Perhaps the trace of the owner's steps still lingers near where the toy was dropped. It should belong to a child similar in age to the girl from before. I have located the specified footprints. They seem to disappear into the crowd. However, I conclude they were heading for the Artisan Lane with minimal degree of error. Wow, I'm not sure what we would have done without you, Anemona. Anyway, now that we have a lead, let's go track down Mr. Bunneykins' owner. I love that we're doing this rather than rescue people from prison. We have such great priorities in this game, chat. It's just like, nah, we don't need to save them. It's fine. Well, wow, you could see the pedal from there? That's crazy. Wow, that's actually unfair how easy that is to find them. I kind of wish I knew we were going to get this eventually. Also, what's the point of using the doll to track their movements if the game just points out where you have to go? It kind of ruins the whole point of our power. It's like, use our gifts. We literally have to go here. I detect traces of some sort at my feet. Let us examine them with our gift. These footprints appear to belong to the owner of the misplaced toy. Yeah, that kind of ruins exploring for the pedals completely, to be honest. Kind of took away the joy of trying to find them. I mean, I understand, like, I feel like that's something you should get at, like, the end of the game, not, like, midway through, but whatever. I would have liked a soft tracker on the map. Like, if you got close enough, it would show up and you'd still have to find it. I would have preferred that for sure, rather than I see it, like, literally out of the radar range. Like, that's just ridiculous. It would seem they made a stop at the antique shop. In that case, maybe Mr. Richendale might be able to help us. Let's go inside and ask. You know, entering the door like a completely normal person. Talk to Melissa. Well, if it isn't little Krisha, I see you've brought your friends again today, too. We plan to be extra cautious of any thieves from now on, so don't fret on our account. I'll never forgive myself if something awful were to happen to our dear little Anemona. We'll talk to Father, I suppose. Maybe not a personal rule to not use the third eye to find petals. Maybe. I feel like if I'm down to 1 or 2, I don't mind using it, but I'll try to actually just explore. It seems like it hits, like, hilariously far away, though. Like, it literally lets you see through buildings from very far away. But I also don't really want to waste the chat's time, so I feel kind of conflicted about it. Oh, you wish for me to appraise something that you found? Absolutely, it would be my pleasure. You showed the well-loved stuffed animal to the Rodario. Ah, I recognize this. Do you know who it belongs to? Indeed. It belongs to a little girl, the daughter of one of our regular customers. It was a family heirloom passed down from generation to generation in the family. They brought it to me for repairs whenever the years wore it down. As a matter of fact, their butler came by recently and asked if I had seen it. They were quite distressed over it and were asking all over town. Oh gosh, their butler? Ugh. They were? So we just missed them. Where'd they go after that? If I recall, they went to continue their search at the amphitheater in the main square. They had visited the theater on the day they had lost it. Then the amphitheater is our next destination. We appreciate your cooperation. Nonsense, it's the least I could do.
After all, Melissa and I also have a doll we hold very dear to us. Something as precious as that, over time, becomes nothing less than family. But I do suppose our Anemona is special in her own peculiar way. Melissa insists that she stands on her own 2 feet and goes on little strolls. Why is he telling us this? I feel like that's where, like, uh-oh, she belongs, you know, she's kind of crazy. Maybe we should send her somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. Now then, there's no time to lose. That girl must be heartbroken without her toy. Please return it to her family safely. Yes, we intend to do so. Let us proceed to the amphitheater. Poisoned, confused, and petrified. So nothing really changed with the description there. So we'll go to the Trading Bureau at some point. Yeah, because, like, look at this. It's crazy how far you see.
Off we go. Off we go.
Off we go, chat.
Yeah.
Ain't getting away from me.
Hello, fish monster. Oh, I wasn't sure when its hitbox was gonna hit me to parry that. It was actually confusing hitbox timing. Anyway, let's talk to the receptionist. Step right up, everyone. Plenty of tickets left for this evening's show. I'm sorry, but we were wondering if we could ask you about something. Oh, what is it? You tell the receptionist about the search for the stuffed rabbit's owner. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It just happened a little bit ago. This little noble girl came by asking if we'd gotten anything in our lost and found. She apparently dropped a stuffed toy of hers. You can tell she loved the thing to bits, too. I can only imagine how relieved she'll be now that you found it, though. Oh, you know what would be great, though, chat? I'd love if the doll got replaced, because they're a rich family, and then Anemona feels really upset. Come on, chat. Emotional trauma. Yeah, whoopee. You got any idea where she went? Unfortunately not. What with all the people we get coming and going through here. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. You were sufficiently helpful, actually. Thank you very much for your time. So she's just here then. Let's use Anemona's gift to track her down. Indeed. We are certain to come across her before long. She's like, I love you more than the previous one. Then they all chuckle and laugh.
Look who's here.
Not enough trauma, chat. Okay, we're getting more advanced materials at least. You know, for how far she sees?
Yeah.
I guess I have to go this way somewhere. Actually, I might as well just get into combat constantly. An Arca has appeared. Tempest. Oh, that's a free level up? Wow, that seems kind of unfair to get. Is the game just gonna spoil where it is? Oh, do I actually have to try? Oh, no, I don't. I'm glad her gift is completely irrelevant due to the power of the minimap. Thanks, game.
Sorry, watch where you're going.
Crimson Line.
Wait, what? Oh, wrong way. I was wondering what was happening.
Off we go.
Yeah, like, look at that, chat. I could see the pedal from here. Where is that even? It's crazy. It's fine. I might as well just use the skill to speed things up. I really don't want chat waiting for it at this point. We've had enough delays. We'll talk to Gaston. Someone proposing was to reserve the place for a day. Of course, only those that know the password are allowed in. Was there a graffiti somewhere that I forgot? Huh. Question mark?
I mean, I'm clearly near it, but also not near it.
Off we go.
But it says I found everything here. Weird. Let's get into a fight real quick. Yeah, we're getting free Arca as we do the quests. Or not Arca, Nox. Well, I mean, we're also getting Arca sometimes. Dulce? Oh no, Chad. Is this Rune Factory? Oh no. Wait a minute. That's what they named the doll in Rune Factory for. Anyway, let's move forward. Oh, my dearest Todd, wherever could you have gone? If only I'd... if only. If only I'd ridden in the carriage instead of insisting upon an occasional stroll. Butler Avon says, now, my lady, I shall search for Sir Todd, so please do settle down. Many pardons for the interruption. But was it you who dropped this, miss? Anemona handed the stuffed doll over to Dulce. Well, would you look at that? Todd, oh my dear darling Todd. Where did you find him? Right over in Artisan Lane. A family staying at the inn found him. They requested we deliver him to you. I see. So that is what transpired. Sir Todd is an important member as any member of our family. I shan't let him out of my sight again. Just take care of him, okay? Just be careful next time. We'll say you take care of him, okay? Indeed, I'll be certain not to make the same mistake twice. He and I have been inseparable since birth. 'Tis only sensible we remain so. Oh no. There's some serious problems with the city. Mr. Bunneykins was better, for sure. In my sincerest, most cordial gratitude, I simply must reward you all. We got 10 chamomile. Oh, please accept my thanks to you as well. Though we'll have to make sure we also thank the kind family who found Sir Todd. Quite right. Let us go do so before they depart from the city. I bid you all good day, everyone. Sheesh. How's a kid with a vocab that big lose a stuffed animal half her size? Okay, Credo, that's enough. I wish everybody said that to Credo. Anyway, I'm glad we got Todd back to his rightful owner. No, it's Mr. Bunneykins. Todd is a lie. Could really tell just how important he is to her. Yes, very much so. ... What is this mysterious feeling? Relief, perhaps? Uh-oh. That's a random flash. It is as I thought. So long as I travel with them, ... What's wrong? Need some repairs? What? I'll ask her what's wrong. Nothing at all. This has taken us quite a bit of time. Let's return to our original objective. Yeah, our objective of not doing the main plot. So there's multiple areas with landmarks I haven't been to. Maybe because I was able to see it due to our other things. I guess we just go to the entrance of the thing to try to start the other quest. Just to see what happens. Because we have to make sure we trigger any cutscenes needed for the quest, but that doesn't mean we can't just skip most of it anyway. Might as well heal with the boost. Wish there was a closer... I guess I could just walk out the entrance. That's probably faster. imagining that's actually kind of entertaining.
I have detected something.
Didn't they say they were missing here, though? Unless they're, like, right before this point. I'm seeing a very distinct lack of quest things to do here. Hopefully the quest is not broken. Oops. I'm gonna check something before we go further. Oh, I didn't talk to the other guy first. Okay, never mind. Checks out. We're fine. I just didn't go to the trading bureau.
Welcome, yes. Done already? Come again, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What should I do?
Well now, if it isn't our friends from Le Petite Fleuriste and the Dandelion. Hello there, Mr. Baldwin. How are things here at the Guild? Fair, save for a singular matter. Assume you've seen my request. Yes, we actually came by to ask you about it, because the quest won't trigger without you. Merchant Caravan went to go get harvest herbs, so they haven't returned yet, right? I think we might have actually seen them at the foot of Mount Eldor a while ago. Oh yeah, I guess we did. Not that we talked to them, though. Did you really? In that case, I suppose it's safe to assume they entered the sacred mountain. Mount Eldor was once believed to have been descended upon by the old Norse gods. Supposedly in those days, it was home to rare herbs used for brewing elixirs. Those visiting merchants came to inquire about the legend after hearing it in town. Even locals seldom tread near that perilous peak, but they refused to heed my warnings. And you lost contact with them soon after. Meh. Why don't we just leave them be? Credo, I really wish you would stop talking. Say they're just getting their just desserts. What? Credo? Say as you will. I share some blame for telling them the mountain's location. I submitted a missing persons report to the knights in garrison, of course, but it appears they are both too busy to investigate the matter right away. Could I, perhaps, ask you capable use to take up the search instead? We'll look for them. Now's not the best time. We'll look for them. Listen, chat. We don't want to do the plot right now. Right. People are missing. That's not something to be taken lightly. We have to find them before the situation gets out of hand. Thank you, and apologies for imposing. You truly are a considerate bunch. A bunch of bleeding heart suckers, maybe. Oh, gosh. You guys forget our goal? Yes. Do unto others, as they say. Though perhaps not in your case. You can find the sacred mountain beyond the bridge on the outskirts west of the Estate Road. Do be careful making your way there. Hazardous harvest accepted. So, how close am I to leveling her skills? Like, pretty close across the board, it seems. Rapid Slide's getting close to leveling. I don't think he's learned other skills, so he's good. Eventually, you have to level Adel. So we'll teleport to the start and then trigger the quest backwards. Speaking of which, this is the sacred mountain Eldor. Oh, wrong person speaking. During the pinnacle of Norse faith, this place was considered holy grounds. And around it is... What are you thinking about, Credo? Nothing except how aggravating climbing up all this is going to be. If only we could just warp to the top. Ah! How'd I let myself get dragged into this? It's coming from up ahead. There's no time to waste. Now, can I teleport to where they are? Oh. They're very close. Never mind. Ugh. What'd this have to happen to us, of all people? Is he going to be alright, you think? Excuse me, but are you two... Monstrums, what are you doing here? Out of the frying pan and into the fire. It's not much, but here's all the money I've left. Just don't kill me, please. As much as I'd love to, why would you think we wanna? Maybe it's because of your reputation, Hulk. Everybody knows he's got a bad reputation. You explain the situation to the merchant in the guide.
I was gonna say, there's a third person that's missing. I see, so the Trading Bureau requested assistance and you caught wind of it. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you have better things to be doing. Ugh, should've went with my better judgment before I took this job. The pay was good, but not for this many monsters. Plus, now my client's missing. There's someone else missing? They must be deeper inside. Yeah, we were scouting around for this rare medicinal herb. We got a little carried away. That's when the monsters ambushed and separated us. Sorry, pal, but your client's monster grub. But maybe there's a chance he's not. I'm aware of the possibility, but could you please look for him all the same? I know it's a lot to ask, but I won't be able to sleep knowing I left a client to die. We'll look for him. Versus stay here or whatever. Really? We'll find that peddler. You have my word. Minimal time has elapsed since they separated. He may yet still be alive. Thank you all, truly. Yes, and watch out for monsters. Let's go find him. It's a waste of time, I'm telling you.
If I knew I'd be hiking today, I would pick better clothes.
Oh, wait. Oh, he's like way back there. Oh, that's annoying.
I'm sure you'll be okay. We'll do this together.
I mean, I might as well gather the resources since I'm here. Keep in mind, I might have to transfer things into rare materials later. Unfortunately, I think I do need Hawk, because our damage dealt is super bad against most of these enemies. I was trying to walk up and parry it. So again, this just is helping us get more materials for later. Parry too early. No walk-up parries for me, apparently. We're getting there, chat. And again, it's easier to go backwards, because climbing up is slow. So even if it's slightly longer distance-wise, I don't really have to worry about figuring out where to go upwards to make progress. I'll take the materials, as I said before, though. We probably do need a lot of copper ore, which I could use to upgrade our weapons, but... We don't need to do that. Get out of here. So it should be here. We do need more lumber for the other upgrades. But no matter what, this should help us a little bit. Huh? What? What? Oh, the cutscene trigger was not where the minimap icon was. Okay, that makes sense. Phew, that was no easy trip. Yeah, we just walked downhill the whole time. Indeed, would have been even more arduous without our gifts, no doubt. Hawk ... Something catch your eye? What's that building there? Well, obviously it's where everybody's origin story was. Huh, nothing in particular. More importantly, someone please save me! Alright, I might have to play as Hawk to deal with the birds. Don't even think about eating me. I taste just awful, I'll have you know. Or I could equip the thing that gives me pierce damage and sub out Hawk. I guess that's also a possibility. It would appear we have located our target. The middle of a pretty swell life or death situation at that. Now the monstroms are here to eat me too. Don't worry, we're here to rescue you. Let's make quick work of this.
Leave it to me.
My time to shine.
I love that parry right in their face, chat. That was disrespectful. Carnage Lancer. New skill. I was trying to make him learn something new. Stun is A++. Break is S. Ooh. Oh, I can't change my equipment for some reason here.
Allow me.
All
Allow
right.
me.
Phew, crisis averted for now. That was magnificent. Color me impressed, monstrums. To think you'd make the trek all the way up here just to save me.
Yeah, we had a leisurely stroll downhill. Don't worry about it, caravan leader.
Indeed, though technically speaking, we did so at the behest of the Trading Bureau. Chief. Thank goodness they made it in time. Glad to see you two are all right. Wait, were you guys just following behind us?
How did they catch up to us? We didn't even clear the monsters. They're really skilled, chat.
Sorry about that. I couldn't talk
Him out of chasing after you.
Monstrums, allow me to express my deepest, sincerest gratitude. I'd never be able to bring these herbs back had you not arrived when you did. You mean you found them? That's right. I was about to fall off a cliff when I grabbed them by sheer chance.
The caravan leader pulls out a long, thick root of some sort.
I do not believe I am familiar with that particular plant. Its many white hairs resemble a beard in some respects. Wait, isn't that... Indeed it is, just like the legend said. This is, without a doubt, the very herb used in ancient elixirs of yore. Amazing, you did it, Chief. Sell those to the Pre-Man, we'll be billionaires in no time flat. Jeez, these mercantile types walk through hell if it earns them some coin. Wait, this isn't easy for me to say, but... I don't think this is the herb you're looking for.
What? They all say, exclamation.
I've heard of a root herb with strong medicinal properties from way out east. But from the look of it, what you have there is actually a mountain yam. A bit on the lavish side, culinarily speaking, but not exactly elixir material. Well, what about its distinctive beard-like roots? That's probably just a coincidence. It's not unheard of for rare growths like this to sprout up in rugged terrains. So in that sense, you probably could get a pretty nice price for it at the produce stand.
No one knows her plants like Pussy Willow over here. Oh, don't call her that. Hulk, you're so gross.
Oh, but there is something else rare about it. Its distinctive flavor. Not to mention how nutritious it is. I'm sure it'll go great at any dish you...
Yes, I get it. Billionaires in a fantasy setting? Man, the inflation universe is nuts. I think so, chat. I just have to get my hands on the right one next time, no matter what.
Wait, you want us to search again?
A job is a job, but I'm gonna have to call it quits from here.
Fine. How about you monstrums help me out instead? Be sure to reward you handsomely, in the event we find the herbs, of course.
I don't know, old man. Maybe this is the sign you should throw in the towel. That is, unless you want to be hit by the curse of Mount Eldor.
Huh? What curse?
This mountain is practically a holy land to the North's faith in its heyday. It said their gods left a curse on it when they disappeared 500 years ago. Any non-believers who stay here too long will be met with disaster and ruin. They end up dragged into a never-ending night by inhuman monstrosities. Like us.
Like you? You don't mean... That's it, I've had enough. Coming here was a mistake to begin with. Yes, we're better off making an honest living of ourselves. All this time. Chief, wait for me!
Sorry for putting you through all this. Make sure they get back to the city safe and sound. I'll have to remember to give my thanks to the Trading Bureau, too.
Well, that just about takes care of the request. But that curse credo, this is the first I've heard of it.
Huh. Meh, what can I say? Just comes to me sometimes.
Now that I think of it, you were talking about the Grimwald Nox, weren't you? Impromptu deception is merely one of Credo's many talents.
He's such a bad person, chat.
I do not wish to presume, but was this, perchance, a show of consideration?
Puh, you're joking, right?
Last thing this place needs is more bozos poking their noses around. That's all there is to it. Do you be digging their noses? Could those ruins perhaps be the orphanage you were raised in? Remember it that fondly, huh? It's a perfect view from up here, isn't it? We'll ask him about it fondly. Huh. You're just spinning things to fit your own narrative. Ain't got any memories worth being fond of in the first place. All it is now is a pile of rubble. No sentimentality, no nothing. Rito, you can't mean that. What about Sister Lisa? She always took care of you, didn't she? Though, I guess it would have been tough dealing with her passing. Need a meh counter from Credo, and also a Credo says something awful counter. The game tries to make you care about Credo counter. Ugh, tough? If only it were that simple. Would have been a hell of a lot easier for me. Huh? You mean to say... Forget it. You nosy little snoops got me oversharing enough as is. We're all finished up here, yeah. You can go back whenever you're ready. Wouldn't mind getting a good look at the peak while we're up here, though. I mean, I guess I could.
That actually went pretty well.
He wants to go to the peak, huh? Oh no, I fell off.
I have detected something.
Just seeing if we get an extra cutscene if we come this way. Oh wow, these respawned instantly. Huh. Look at us go, chat. Oh, the invisible barrier got us. How far down this mountain can I go? Not that far. Oh, I was curious if I could do some silly out-of-bounds shenanigans, but not worth it. Okay, that entertained me. Wait, so both of them dash forward? Hold on. Huh. So that's a cheaper forward momentum skill. Interesting. Wow, Credo's strength is 214. He scaled really high. Yeah, Adel's actually almost out-damaging Krisha. That's kind of sad, really. Because she started off really good, but she's kind of falling off a bit, chat, to be honest. I could probably fix it with strength ups, but it is disappointing, though. I should eventually get the other character. I think we'll hold off on next time for that, though.
Allow me. Leave it to me. Hey, down here.
That skill's pretty funny to spam, though. Yeah, just her level up stats are kind of bad. Like, she's still got really good skills, don't get me wrong. She definitely stun loop bosses, but... yeah, unless we, like, seriously upgrade her weapon, she's gonna fall off. Whereas Hawk is as damaging as Doll is. So those two characters are gonna carry us for quite some time. Is that right? Yeah, could be dangerous if left as is. Arthur Cross. Shady Dealer Maxim looks at us. Sorry, are we interrupting something? Not anymore, you aren't. State your business. Wait, can we talk to the bird?
It's you.
View bargain bin. I could get an upgrade if I want to.
Looking to cut a deal.
I need Soul Lumber and Crimson Spar.
I see. You need it? I got it. I see.
I got this.
Before we do that, I want to see if there's any other merchants we're talking to. Oh, he's in a different outfit in general. Can I switch his outfits? Oh. Yeah, he's not in his knight uniform anymore. Oh, that's interesting. I think this is what I'm looking for.
Understood. Yeah.
Am I allowed to go up here? Oh, awkward. I ran out of meter chat mid-run.
My time to shine.
Huh. I guess I'll be able to go there very soon if I continue with the plot. I'm still not sure where that other one is, the graffiti. I'm gonna look around a little more. Is it like right under the bridge or something? Wish I could see the graffiti with this vision. Right, like I don't see it anywhere here. Unless it's like right there, as I said before. Oh, I didn't realize that was plot relevant. I thought it was the same conversation as before. So they were talking about a secret place to go to. So random citizens can give you items, or is this what the unknown thing was all about? My bad, chat. I thought it was the same conversation we had before where the other guy was talking about the password. I'll eat just about anything if it goes with booze.
There, take a look around.
Oh, I forgot she was a merchant. Oh. Oh, that would make sense.
Taking point.
Makes a little more sense now. Wow, that is unfair. Why does she have so much damage? See, a Hawk is slash Credo is actually scaling really hard per level up. So legitimately, he might be our only real damage dealer the way I'm playing the game. Which just goes to show you really don't need to bother with weapons in this game at all. At least not on normal difficulty.
All right.
Allow me.
Yeah, like he actually has more damage than she does, and we just got her recently. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these just because we're pretty close to capping the knocks. And having extra is never really a bad thing, because it lets me get to the bonus area faster. Love there's graffiti up there that I can't interact with still. All those chests and nothing to do. I don't think I'm really missing anything here, so I guess we'll just go... Oh, I could check the other merchant place while we're here. Oh, free kills. So I guess as long as you level, you don't really need equipment in this game, which isn't bad. Like, I don't have to take these optional fights, but, you know, they're right here. I'll get a little more knocks. So 2 more of those, and I think we could get to the bonus area early. Resist Petrify. Don't care about that at the moment.
Everything's a good choice.
I'm buying more Pickards, just in case, chat. Emergency Pickards. Oh. Apis Charm acquired.
Commencing extermination.
Another Arca? That was easy. Right, chat? That was easy. That was like back to back. We need just 2 more and I guess we advance the plot. Which is kind of funny, because I feel like I didn't really do that much to earn it, but... Now that we have characters that level super hard off of, or attack scale super hard off of levels, I mean. Looking pretty good for us. Very EC indeed. See that, chat? I can already go to the Coliseum if I want to. But we'll hold off for next time. Any spare ones we get, keep in mind I need to get to 200, generally speaking, because we'll have to unlock a bonus area, I think, every chapter going forward. Yeah, I might as well just go back here. Oh, we never actually checked out the wares I talked today from these people. Hopefully they haven't had stuff that's like super good and I've been skipping out. Like Blade Ring 3, I think I will get because that's pretty cheap relative to our money total. Yeah, like, Ad only is a +10, but he's already basically on par with everybody else. For Krisha... So I can make him a strength 30. So now he's the most damaging character. So this is like more cost efficient for me just to buy more blade rings, I guess.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny.
Is this a come again, okay?
Her getting attacked occasionally does help. Am I allowed to triple Blade Ring? I'm not. Okay. We'll put one on Adel then. It never hurts. Oh, it was at the top. So now he's more damaging than Krisha is, unfortunately. Okay, we'll do one of these fights, and then I want to go to the other merchants. I just want to make sure I'm not missing rare items, because keep in mind, the game mentioned before that certain things will appear that require you to go to the merchants again, which is kind of annoying, I will state. Yellow shawl. I don't know what that is at all. Is that a material? Is it an accessory? It's an accessory. Boost up as HP lowers. Wow. That could be kind of fun. I forgot what materials I needed for this. Let's go back and double check. Oh, I never checked out this guy. This poor guy.
Got some good stuff in.
Like, he has so many things. Like, look, we can go up, like, 44 strength. I'm not gonna buy it. It's fine. Hey, wow, 132 defense?
You get the chance.
Cool, he can keep it. Alright, let's do this one. Look at that damage. Like, that is actually unfair, chat. Like, how easy is the game if I leveled up a weapon? I'm still one-shotting enemies for some reason. Like, when I was talking about character power level before, chat, this skill is pretty dumb. It is just absolutely one-shotting entire crowds. What a character.
It's you.
So what did you need again for the trick dice?
I got it.
Soul Lumber and Crimson Spar. Everything needs Crimson Spar, apparently. Everyone knows best defense is a good offense. I mean, if you never get hit, who cares about defense? Like, why waste your money on those items? Who cares? Oh. Well... I guess I can spend these. I guess there's really no downside. As I said before, if I really want to grind it out later, I'm gonna get like 6 of these for now, and like a lot of these. Oh, where's Krisha? Oh, she's sharpening her weapons to kill somebody, of course.
Say the word and I'll make it.
So he can also just upgrade weapons to there, but I don't see the point. Oh, I could get a Warrior Seal 3.
Let me come back anytime.
That's actually kind of worth it.
Yeah. Say the word and I'll make it. Ta-da! Oh, come back anytime.
So that's gonna make leveling a little faster. We can just give her a +1 for now.
Adel, say the word and I'll make it.
I could go buy a +2 if I really want to.
Let me come back anytime.
Good job out there, Adel. I was just helping Arch here learn how to run inventory assessment. Did you know? Krisha's so smart. She has all the math in her head. I think she's a prodigy. What? No, I'm not that smart.
I agree. Everybody in the party's pretty dumb.
My sister is much better at this than I am. Oh, Krisha, are you ever gonna throw coins out again like you used to? Iris and I were talking about how fun it would be to run around picking them up. Oh, I'm sorry, Arch. Decided I wouldn't do that anymore. I realize there are things that can't be solved with money. If you say so, Krisha.
Alright, so our goal... Oh, we got journal entry update. Interesting. Is to... I guess get the rare items? Where is the other character I'm looking for? I'm gonna speak to Amona here.
Since I'm a doll, I do not require sustenance to eat. But I'm curious to see what it is like to eat. Seeing this, I feel that I'm about to recollect a memory. A memory that long ago I witnessed something just like this. Adel, I am certain that more of my memories will return as long as I am with you. Oh, you got a recipe book. Just give me the word and I'll have a crack at it. Handed over the Rouland recipe. Remember, just as increased at the dandelion.
Hey, Adol! What'll it be?
So we'll buy it because we have red meat and white asparagus.
Bon appetit, Annie. Don't be a stranger.
I'm looking for a specific character, but I don't see them. Were they? Maybe they were downstairs. I want to see if we could buy a Warrior Seal 2 from these people. So that way I have one for everybody. Was she in here and I just didn't see her? Yeah, where's Silhouette? Huh. That's annoying. She's not in her normal spot. At least I don't think she was.
Hey!
Oh, hey, Dogi.
Alright, let's get to prepping.
Need Drill Fang and Mystic Lazulite. Oh, I do have spare Crimson Spar. Let's upgrade our cannons.
That's a wrap.
And we could get more decoys, so why not?
That's a wrap.
And I can make another Stephanie increase.
What do you think?
And I can get another Stephanie increase, so why not?
What do you think? That should do it. Good work out there.
Hmm. I'm a little confused. Is she like... Oh, that's not for her. That's for the lantern. Oh, she's just in here for no reason. That's why I couldn't find her.
What would you like me to do?
I feel less bad, chat. Oh wait, you can just straight up buy the Warrior Seal 3. Oh.
Here you are.
What? You giving this to me?
That's disappointing. So there really is no point to crafting then. Right, chat? I was like, oh, maybe I can buy, maybe I can create something I can't buy yet. I was like, oh. It's immediate disappointment.
As you wish. Anyone stay safe out there? Are you sure?
So everybody now has the skill +3 on. I could give Adol a skill +1 just because. Or I could just buy another one. Honestly, even if it goes higher than +3, I feel like with +2 it was already pretty good.
Here you are. Anything stay safe out
So honestly, I probably don't need any more than this. And arguably, I didn't even need to buy one for Adol, but I just don't want to menu as much. Why was I not seeing it in there? What?
Yes.
Did I not purchase it? What happened there?
Are you sure? Any errands you'd like me to run?
I'm confused.
Are you call for me?
Own 1, 3 equip. Oh, is it because I had the wrong item selected? I had the wrong item selected. Okay, that made more sense. I was like, what just happened there? I menu too quickly. Okay, so I should have everything I need to get the trick cards. Who would want the trick cards, though? I don't even have, like, an inkling who it would go to. Oh, well. I could have used my money for a free upgrade, I guess.
Looking to cut it, do you?
So goodbye our soul lumber and crimson spar.
You got a good eye. You saw nothing.
I'm assuming it's somebody in the basement wants it, but who would want it is the question.
Hello there.
Oh, apparently he wants the trick deck. You give Parks the trick deck as a present. Ah, these are cards for magic tricks. Fed my eye on these for a while. Let's see, to the untrained eye, they appear to be nondescript playing cards, but look closely and you'll see the top and bottoms of each card are asymmetrical. Fascinating, so this is how the masters do it. I will practice myself and perform it for you when I've perfected it. I can't wait, you're gonna be great at this. We're gonna say you're gonna be great at this. Yes, I may appear clumsy, but I'm actually quite dexterous. And no matter how many years pass me by, I'll never turn down a challenge. Suppose you and I have that in common, addled the adventurer. My friend in the prison also possesses that trait. In fact, you two are similar in many ways. You would be thick as thieves. Penny for Park went up. Veteran Command leveled up. Sure thing. Let's go to... probably over here for some shops.
as I said before, we should be checking for rare items. So hopefully I didn't miss a rare item in Chapter 3, because I don't think I checked every single shop.
Hey there, early bird gets the alrighty then.
So anyway, from going forward, we could sell things for money, I guess.
Yes. Come again, okay?
All right.
Where you go? I'll drill ya.
And honestly, since we've been spamming the skill so much, even without the skill cost down, honestly, 50 is still a pretty good price for how OP that one item is, or skill is, I mean.
Come back soon, you hear?
Come on, everything's come again soon.
Okay, this is the place where something could be rare and interesting.
I recommend everything.
Oh yeah, we could get Justice Blue now.
Oh, that one's special. And hope to see you again soon.
And speaking of which, I'm done with the pretty pink. That's more purple than I was thinking. Okay, it looks like the opposite of Hulk. Sort of. We'll try Justice Blue. Miraddle, get some love in the party. Sorry, Krisha. I know, I thought he was gonna be Hawk color, then I would be like, I'd feel so disappointed. I don't think there's any other stores here. Thieves' Treasure? What's that? Oh, that's right, we got that hint a long time ago that I forgot about until just now. We had a graffiti that was like, race you to there. Digging at the base reveals a stash of gold coins. Oh, I didn't realize it literally told you where it was. It said like in the corner of the agricultural district, something something. That's fine, we picked it up eventually, I guess. Speaking of which, does that all have any skills I can learn? Just the circle and X buttons, okay. Oh, that dodge roll into the parry. I love it. New skill. Okay. So hey, we did learn a new skill. Vermilion Scythe is pretty strong though, I have to say. Swift Raid. Well, it's not bad for movement. It's not bad. Oh, I missed to see if an Arco was there. Whoops. Get that real quick. Red cape acquired. Cannot change my formation right now. Oh, because I was tumbling? Oh. They were trying to stop you from going underwater like in the previous games. I get it. So you can't swap while tumbling. That's kind of funny. I don't know. With Adel in the party, I think it just boosts Anemona's damage so high. And it kind of makes Adel valuable. So I really like Krisha Doll, but we'll see. She has definitely fallen off in terms of damage. Unless I'm fighting one of these. And she's pretty solid. I mastered Rapid Slide already. Wow, that didn't take very long. Now that skill did some decent damage. Alright, so nothing more to do there. What else could we explore before doing the prison thing? I don't think there's really that much else. I got the armor shop that was there. I guess I can check the smithery out just to make sure I'm not missing anything easy.
What do you need?
Strength 20 but adds poison. Strength 20 but adds 30% break. That's actually not bad. 10 SP when attacked. Ooh. I would like that just because, like, 10 SP is not a small amount. So, like, if I get hit on purpose a lot, I can recharge my meter if I'm not using the infinite SP meals. Which, as I said before, I think in good taste I will not use them, but, if the game happens to give it to me as part of a support effect, there's not really anything I can do about that. So I think as long as everybody is skill gain +3, I should be capping out pretty quickly. Oh yeah, we never saw what crescendo is. We'll have to see what that is soon. Looks like I'm almost done with all my skills now that I'm getting 4 use per. But we'll have to see next time. Let's submit a request. What? Got some more dirty work that needs doing? You asked Matson for information about the prison carriage due for transit. So in other words, want me to get you intel that can only be found within the prison. You catch on quickly, can we count on you? We're asked, can we count on you? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I'll see what I can do. We appreciate the help. Your fee this time is 1,000 gold and a piece of dry-aged meat. Come and find me once you've gotten it all set and ready. We must find the dry-aged meat. There is but a single location where I surmise it could be found. Oh right, I think there was some in stock in the Dandelion's warehouse. Oh.
Saw nothing.
Okay. It's kind of random. I guess we're back here, question mark?
Adel, what would you like me to do?
I see smoked meat. I don't see dry-aged meat. Same dialogue as before.
Come back soon.
What? Am I missing something? Like, is there supposed to be a prompt somewhere here?
See you later then.
Doki's lying low because he doesn't want to be recognized. That's fine. What? Am I missing something? Like, is there supposed to be a prompt for this quest? Because it said there's only one place you can find it. Oh, I've never been in this room before, actually. Huh. I'm sure this will be more relevant later. Like, I thought the storehouse was above us.
Yeah. I'll take everything you got.
Oh, it's a use item.
Okie dokie.
That's so random. Nocturne oil, special material. Don't know what that does at all. Sure, it'll be more relevant later. It sounds like something you'd use to improve the lamp, maybe. If I had to guess. Right now, I'm not gonna worry about it though. I don't think it's really relevant. So just as a reminder, chat, I could use all the. How many elixirs are we up to at this point in the game? Out of curiosity, like I could make Krisha relevant by getting those items wherever they are in this massive list. Yeah, like we have 7 level ups we can apply to people. Can add 18 strength, 18 defense, and 600 health. So we can make like Krisha like unkillable if I really wanted to. Maybe at the very end of the game, I'll just equip everything. But right now, I just don't care. I just don't feel like they're needed. In fact, I could probably sell those elixirs for money, because I really don't feel like you need those stats at all. Right? Because don't they sell for like 4,000 plus? So I could potentially have like 100,000 just from how much I had on me. It's like not a terrible idea, honestly. If I really just wanted to max everybody's equipment at the end of the game and just not care about elixirs. Because then it's like Do I care about strength +3 or 100 strength from a new weapon? Do you know what I mean? Relinquish 1,000 gold and dry aged meat? Yes. Hand over the dry aged meat and 1,000 gold, officially striking a deal with Maxim. This'll do. I'll get in touch with my contact. Arthur Cross. Alright, Arthur, you know what to do. Okay, final quest of the day. Guardsman Greg is here. Count your blessings, redhead. I've got a job here, just for you. Today's objective? Intel on a prison carriage. Must have something to do with the Knights. Huh. God knows where you'll find yourself information like that. You aren't even gonna give me a hint? Aren't the Knights your allies? And ask for a hint. What was that? Couldn't hear you. Not that some dirty inmate's worth listening to. Well, best of luck to you. Be looking forward to it. So I guess we're gonna go to the special district and talk to our friend Marius. Completing these requests might help you uncover more intel in the prison, but first you need some clues. Heave ho! Oh, there's the animal creature, who I forgot about briefly. Phew! This is one peculiar place they got you pent up in, Rusty. Just what manner of man are you, anyway? Told you I'm an adventurer, a soon-to-be jailbreaker extraordinaire. I'm gonna say we're a soon-to-be jailbreaker extraordinaire. Good one, Rusty. Anyhow, about this intel you're looking for. I think I got a hunch of where it may be. See, there's this warehouse the Knights have been using on the sly lately. It will be a most arduous trek to make, but what say you? Want to check it out? Lead the way, my good fellow. I'll treat you to an apple sometime. Ooh, references to the rotofruit feeding in other games. You mean it? Oh, summer's day. I'll take the sweetest one you've got. After breaking out of the cell yet again, I love even the narrator's tired of it. Adol slipped quietly past the guards. With Xavier's guidance, the duo arrived at a mysterious underground passage. Phew-wee! All clear, Rusty. Huh? What's the matter? It's nothing. It must have been imagining things. We'll say it must have been imagining things. Alright, if you say so. I actually missed if something happened. I was looking at the chat at the time. Let's see. It should be left up ahead. Feeling it's gonna be dangerous. Don't you fret, Rusty. I'll protect you. I like he even has a sword on his back. Xavier is now accompanying you. We'll do a save here. What happens if I go to the right? Not where I thought we were going, but that's fine. I'm expecting to die randomly to insta-kill traps, by the way, chat, if you're wondering what's happening. Goodbye, Mr. Slam. Oh, you actually made it. I'm impressed. Wait, I've been here before. Oh. This is a retrek through here?
Stay sharp.
A treasure chest.
Just get so excited, Chad. It's a treasure chest! Sure, we'll get more lumber for the end game, I guess. Oh, speaking of which. Well, that was just rude. I got tricked by the camera angle, chat. If I press that, is it just a boulder that comes? Oh. What did this even do? Oh, can you not jump over that now? That's kind of annoying. I just wanted to see what it would do. I guess I have a time release. Annoying. That activated this spinny thing. Switch over there. Might as well just pull it. So this is like the hard mode of the game where I could actually very realistically die because I don't have any way of healing outside of consumables, which I don't really feel like using.
Take a left.
Seriously? That's just rude.
Are you okay?
Game, please. Stop that. What the?
A treasure chest.
I mean, I'm glad I reacted to that and all, but that's still very rude. Right, chat? Like, I went right in between the lasers. Hope you appreciated that. Wow, that's an insta-kill? Wow. Wow, this dungeon is way overtuned. 375 damage. That's actually just unfair. Wait, did I lose my item? Wow, that is so rude. Oh, that's so annoying because I'm so injured.
A treasure chest.
Wow, that is actually nonsense. Legit was an insta-kill. I know. So I'm gonna say, okay, there we go. I definitely no longer like this dungeon.
A treasure chest.
It's very annoying, I will state. I like it in theory, but man, I really don't like the insta-kill traps. So I try to avoid hitting the switch there.
Tread lightly.
Look, like that was unfair. I think we can all agree that was actually unfair. It just blocked me arbitrarily. Annoying. Oh, I have to do this whole thing again. Oh my gosh, I'm actually using a save next time. That's so irritating.
A treasure chest.
That's so irritating. Yeah, like, I'm literally getting one shot. Like, there's just... Like, come on. Like, what is the point of healing items if you die instantly? Oh my gosh.
A treasure chest.
Hope chat enjoyed those dodges. Yeah, like, this is just like, come on. Like, oh, we got you, player. You gotta replay it because you didn't know about the thing. Also, did that spike not have a hitbox? Why didn't that hit me?
Tread lightly.
What are you supposed to do about this? You're supposed to do like this? It's annoying. Like, again, you wouldn't know unless you got close enough which ones would go up or down, because it's like, it literally just introduced that mechanic in this dungeon, like 2 rooms ago.
A treasure chest.
Oh boy. More gold, but what's the point of the gold?
Over here.
Huh, this is the place. No two ways about it. Let's see if we can find out where they're... We can't find what we're looking for with some... I'm not even gonna attempt to retry that sentence. I give up, chat. Where does it want us to go? Ooh, and examine. We find a book meticulously kept records. Seems to be a registry of hieroglyphic transports. Huh, that's peculiar. Looks like there's several carriages running without Roman army approval. That does seem to be the case. Wasn't aware you could even read. Call him out. Call him out, chat. Hey, bite your tongue. I may be all cute and fuzzy now, but I can still read. Just not super well is all. Never could best those dreaded textbooks. Uh-oh. Defeated by language. Among the goods and supply transports is an entity known as nuisance transfer. This must be the escort Greg mentioned. The data transfer is today. Sounds! There's nary a moment to spare then. What do we do, Rusty? We might not make it in time. Can't give up just yet. That's for those outside to worry about. We'll say we can't give up just yet. Oh, verily, you're absolutely right. It's worth a shot at least. Let's hurry and relay this information back to them. Oh, is that the end of the quest? Oh, I wanted to go up the ladder. Oh. Oh, I thought there was more to the quest. Oh, well. Never mind. I thought we were going to try to run it out somewhere. But apparently not. Where did that carriage come from? That angle was so awkward. Like, relative to the street. Like, did he just, like, take a sharp right and then a really, really hard left? Why would you move that precisely?
We made it, and not a moment too soon.
Would it kill him to give a guy some heads up next time? I love it slowly getting away whenever I choose not to advance the dialogue. Like, will it stop eventually? Oh no, they're getting away, chat. Look at it go. Hey, it's almost at the gates. I wonder if we should stop it, chat. What do you think? Maybe we'll have a vote in the chat whether or not we should let it go. I mean, it's getting pretty far. It's getting pretty far. Oh, look, it hit the bumps. It's still going. You better treat me later for all the good boozing I'm missing out on. Man, he is just so unlikable, chat. But I love how far it's getting away. I feel like this is kind of like relative to every other point in the plot where we're chasing somebody and they're just standing around going, we should do something. And then somebody says, yeah, we should. And then the third person says, right, I agree. I think we should do something. And then the fourth person's like, well, if we do this, maybe we could catch them. And then this is just what's really happening in real time. Like, the cart's almost out of vision, chat. And the cart is gone. We'll never have found it without our intel. Enough dawdling, let's go. We'll have never found it without our intel.
Likely not. It appears no different from any other average carriage.
We could trail on the road behind them from a distance. Let us make haste, she says. It's already out of line of sight. We gave the carriage a good head start in our defense, chat. We tried to let it go. Oh. Also, I really wish that was a different button. That is so weird. I will never get over needing to press select to advance the plot. Or select something in the map, I mean. I went to parry it, but the other character hitting it actually delayed the timing. That was kind of sad.
Let's go, let's go!
Unbelievable. Just our luck some giant beast would rush us out of nowhere. Well, it was hardly a match for us, but, Hello, my knights in dreary armor. Ugh.
It would seem you have run into some trouble, much to our benefit.
As if that beast wasn't bad enough, now the monstroms are attacking? Arrest them. Do not let this chance slip by. I'd rather not do this the violent way, sorry. Oh, no, we can't say sorry. Sorry, we'll be taking your cargo. We'll say we don't want it the violent way. Don't waste your breath.
Figures. Guess we have no choice but to fight them now.
Oh, they attack so slow? I guess they really don't want the player to get hit there. Which is kind of sad, because that actually messes up my parry timings. Nice, I mastered the skill. Oh well. I think activating it and letting it run out there, I think will just be easy healing for me.
They put up a better fight than I expected. It's too bad we had to resort to force, but I'm glad we made it in time.
So it's come to this. I see how you bless the monstrums like the taste of a little venom. Solemn voice says, I thought it was getting noisy out here. So you're the famous monstrums? They said you had strange powers as well as appearances. I can see now that they meant it. Weirdly, Hawk looks the most normal of the group because he's got blonde hair. I feel like his normal persona with the purple hair is more weird.
Did he untie himself?
He must be quite capable indeed. Didn't see this one coming. Blonde man says, before I introduce myself, I'd like to ask you this. Why is it you came for this carriage? I'd honestly rather not think about it, but you're here to take my life, aren't you?
No, that's not it at all.
Requested to come save you, here you've been falsely accused. So we came to save him. Save me, you say? You explained to the man exactly how the rescue of him came to be. So that's what happened. Now I see.
Given the fact that you know about the Oath on the Hill, the requester must have been one of my subordinates. A subordinate, you say? Right. Only tell that story to the most trusted among those in my command. Now then, allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Lucien. I'm a seneschal of the Hieroglyph Knights.
Hello, Lucien.
But I think I'll leave my introduction at that. For all I know, that title may have been stripped from me by now.
A seneschal? You mean you're one of the Knights' second in commands? Oh, is this the guy that was sickly they mentioned before? But why would they do this to you? Or strip you of your title at that? Because they just say they were... We met one of the seneschals already. And I think we met the head that was also seneschal. He could be the third one they mentioned, maybe. Sounds to me like something happened between you and your beloved master. Waved off as an extended sick leave, but really, you're being carted off in secret. Okay, I think that checks out with what was said before. Extended sick leave. I see. So that was their justification. That's exactly right. How could you know something only the Knights... Don't tell me. Figured it out? Lucien ... So something is going on, even after setting Master Chadellard aside. Hardly know the difference between right and wrong at this point. Well, it's easy. Just don't do what Hawk does. Reminds me of that Simpsons thing. We'll call him Johnny Don't, I guess. So don't do what Johnny Don't does, Sean. Are you aware of the increasing number of false arrests being made lately? As it happens, the Hieroglyph Knights are the ones that blame for it all. To what end, exactly? I'm not sure. I only noticed it myself around 4 months ago. I understand, but last night's arrests were just as lacking in suitable grounds. Please, Master Chadellard, you must let me investigate. We've had far too many misidentifications and false charges lately. Yes, so it would seem. Perhaps harsher discipline is needed to ensure regulatory compliance. Most of these arrests are being carried out by men under your direct command. Master, no. Chadellard, tell me, what exactly is going on here? Don't do what Hawky Don't does, that's good. Lucien. Listen to yourself. Clearly your fatigue has gotten the best of you. You have my permission to take a leave of absence. Use it to get the rest you so need. What? But I don't need... Oh, there's Gilbert. That was one of the ones we met earlier. Now, Lucien. No need to make a fuss. I'll see to it you're well taken care of. Gilbert, you too? I've known Chadellard since before the Hieroglyph Knights were even founded. It's been over a decade now. He's been like a brother to me ever since my own passed away. That just makes it harder to understand how this came to happen. What we do now, we were asked to rescue you, so ... We'll say, what would you like to do now? What would I like to do? Well... I would like to know the truth. Why the innocent are being taken in on false charges, as well as how the Master is involved. As the Seneschal of the Hieroglyph Knights, as he who watched his rise to the top, I must get to the bottom of this. For that, I'll do whatever it takes. That is, if you Monstroms will let me work with you. Oh, of course! We did come to your rescue after all. I have no objections. You will surely serve as a useful source of information for us. Not like we have a choice. Come on, we'll take you to our little hideout. With that, Adol and his companions welcomed Lucien in as an official member of the group, then made their return to the Dandelion, exchanging information all the while. Okay. Are you sure you don't need us to find the author of those letters? Yes, I'm sure my subordinate who posted them would want to remain anonymous. I'm certain he'll contact me again soon. Until then, I'll need what information I could get. Unbelievable. I cannot believe you have me running errands for you, bunch of lowlives. Hey, Greenhorn. I brought what you asked for, an up-to-date list of prisoners. It's just a list of prisoners that we know of at the moment. You have my gratitude. It may not be much, but I did hear of some rumors while I was locked up. Do some more digging to see if I can find anything else on an out-of-place... Oh, anything else on out-of-place prisoners. Thank you. Lack of information on my missing friend has been weighing on my mind. You ain't the seneschal for nothing. What can't you do? Think we could trust him? We could use his help in the Grimwald next. We'll say we could trust him for now, I guess. Haha. Anybody who betrays the knights is alright with me. Jeez, chat. Credo. I've been informed of your situation. Don't think I'll turn a blind eye to the havoc you've been responsible for. Yeah? Why don't you do something about it? It must have started after I was detained, but it's my duty as your commanding officer to end it. Next time you need to blow off some steam, start with me first. Welcome whatever fate awaits me. How noble of you. Okay, let's see how long you last before you croak. Though I admit I'll need to train more before I'm a suitable opponent for you. Are all knights like these two? For just a second, I thought we'd finally have someone normal joining us. Oh, Dogi, you're so wrong. Iris remains as likable as ever. Not wrong, chat. What was that, you hairy blueberry? Oh, jeez. The dandelion is becoming merrier by the day.
That actually went pretty well.
5,000 gold received. New ally, Lucien. Now assist you in Grimwald Nox. And we almost have 200 Nox. So we're looking pretty good. What I'm going to do before we go, we have a little bit of gauge, as it were. Oh, can I not teleport to... I can't teleport when I'm in the house? That's kind of annoying. Can't say I've tried it before. I'm worried about losing my focus meter. I just want to burn that real quick while it's here. Just random encounter, I don't care what it is. I want my skill uses. Okay, better than nothing, I guess. I noticed transitioning between areas does save it, which is kind of nice. Wait, I think that skill maxed. They could teach her Crescendo. Which is okay. I just figure why not, Chad? We had the meter. Oh, maybe I'm slowed by the enemy. I'm like, what is happening? Okay. There we go. Maybe it was Petrify. I see the little timer near the offense meter. Okay, that's what it is. I don't think I've been hit by that yet. That actually just kind of confused me. But I understand now. Crescendo is very spammable. I'll do one more random fight and then I think we'll end. I do want extra Nox because that'll save it. Because we need to get to 200 by the end. So maybe I'll even do one more if there's one nearby. Just so I could get the bonus area. I like that leaving the fight actually froze the meter, so I managed to get a lot of extra SP because of that. It's kind of funny. Wow. Why does that do so much damage? Huh. Okay. So that was a whole bunch... Oh, Soul Lumber. I actually need that. So that was a whole bunch of really easy fights back to back. Might as well just clear it out at this rate. Yeah, so I'm killing in 2 skill points, which is only 33. That's not bad, considering it also isn't leveled up at all. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Wow, Arcas every time. More charms that I don't really need and probably will never use. I think this is a good point to stop. I almost have 200, so we're almost ready to do 2 raids back to back. So yeah, it's like, see, the other, that was the thing I was talking about before. The other one hit groups. And it costs more than this by quite a bit, like 50% more-ish. But this one is cheaper and does the same amount of damage. Do you see what I mean, chat? Like, had the other skill cost this much, it would have been godlike. The other one's okay. You know, maybe with the SP down, it's more spammable. But this one is more consistent damage. Although I think the other one can double hit. This one's better at anti-airing, so I'll think about it. But for now, let's talk about how we feel about the game so far.
So I think Doll, with her new skills, definitely a better character. I'm so far not in love with her, like, slow-mo skill, the one that kind of heat seeks / tracks into an enemy. I don't like not having control over it, because as I said before, I'm a big proponent of agency. So even targeting an enemy, it still seemed to kind of ignore that. I think her extra skill hitting a big AoE is really damaging and probably very good to use in Noxes if I want to kill them a bit faster. Hawk so far seems to be the most powerful character, so if all I'm looking to do is kill random enemies, he kind of seems like our best character by like a big margin / wide margin. Because his strength is scaling so hard off of levels, and his skills already do a lot of damage, he just kind of out-damages everybody. So unfortunately, I think we might have to keep him in the party for longer. Krista's starting to fall off without getting any weapon upgrades, so I imagine if you've been very diligent with her, she scales pretty well. But honestly, right now, we don't have a high damage dealer for bludgeoning. Unless they have a weakness to it, then she's fine. Otherwise, I just feel like comparatively, Adol way out-damages her. However, as I said before, we might still use her for stun. However, at this point, I think I'd rather just stick to characters that need to learn more skills, so we'll pick her on occasion. Don't get me wrong, but I think right now, gonna be a lot of Doll spam and Hawk nonsense. So keep in mind, his skill costs 50, and we haven't even leveled it. So potentially, we could have a skill that instant kills 3 or 4 enemies and is sub 50 in price, meaning I might be even get 3 casts in a row, or possibly 4, because I'll get SP back whenever I do get a kill. So it kind of just refunds itself almost instantly. But hey, we're making a little bit of progress, and that's all that matters. I think in terms of plot, I think we got through the Aprilis secret backstory chapter, and we very arbitrarily got Doll for what it is. Yeah, the skill will still just keep getting better and better. Plus, I think every time it levels, it gets a small damage increase. I don't know if it's like 10% per skill level or something like that, but it is noticeable. Like, when I was only doing 220 a spin, I was doing like almost 280 by the end, and I only leveled twice, which shouldn't be that big of a damage jump. So, yeah, it's going to make that thing insta-kill more consistently. So again, I think Hawk and Doll are probably going to be the ones I use the most. I think Adol can kind of cheese bosses with the slow-mo skill, because I can stop the enemy / boss coming out of the stun. So that means I could do like that slow move, do the slow move again, do the slow move again, and that means the boss in that entire time could end up building a huge stun gauge. So if I have, for example, Adol in the background or Krisha, I could kind of spam the stun move. So if this was co-op, I would think Adol is actually probably the most broken character, not because of his damage, but because of how much slow-mo he gives the other enemies, which is kind of funny. So if somebody was playing Krisha with the Stompy Stomp and then Adol was doing the Crimson Scythe, I think the boss would just be done. I don't think any boss would be able to beat that in co-op, to be honest with you. It's just like you have high stun and decent damage / high stun and slow-mo, so you just rack up all the stun meter. And keep in mind, while extra skill is occurring, you could still use skills as your partner, because that was a thing in Lacrimosa. So while you're freeze framing them with his longer extra special, you get more time to stun the enemy on top of that. So I could see some very silly stun loops if you're playing this in multiplayer, which could be fun. Maybe at the end of the game, we'll actually play some co-op. We'll just test it out, see how we feel about it, to give some opinions on it. But I think for now, chat, we've made enough progress. So we're going to say goodbye first to YouTube. So if you got to this point of the VOD or the video, just like to thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time.